Good evening, Dude79 here. Just doing a quick mic check, make sure the audio levels sound good. Hopefully we don't sound like fucking robots. You know, I don't know what it is, but every time, right before we go live, something weird has to happen with the audio levels. Hopefully it sounds good, though. Hopefully it sounds clear.
Yeah, if anybody's out there, let us know. Appreciate it.
Please let us know if it sounds good. Welcome to another edition of Banter and Babble. I'm Tone's trying to calm me down because it never fucking fails, dude. 10 minutes before we go live, I'll go and do a mic check. Now, that's my fault. I should be doing the mic check sooner, but we ran a little bit late tonight. We got to start a little bit late. And I started doing a mic check, and I noticed the audio is way off. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? And so I'm like, simple little things. Oh, it's probably a quick fix. No, dude, we're like past the start time, and he's like standing back because like I'm about ready to fucking just nuke this whole fucking setup right now. Just like, why can't this shit just start working?
The problem is that we actually react to that sort of stuff pretty similar, so it's fine. I completely understand it. But yeah, things happen. What are you gonna do? We're a few minutes late, and
I was livid.
You were certainly.
I was on my way to having a fucking just meltdown, dude.
Yep,
a meltdown.
Yeah, but luckily I have soft hands.
He does. The softest and great spit.
Real quick, a couple shout outs. First of all, as always, want to shout out and thank Ant House Beats for allowing us to use his music. He helps bring us in as well too.
He's the man.
I know he's been doing a lot of things out there. He's been doing a lot of promoting. Make sure to check out his YouTube channel when you get a chance. Ant House is doing some great stuff out there. Even on TikTok, I think, if I remember correctly, you're showcasing what if Ant House made the beat and music to certain songs. So I love what you're doing there. So kudos to you, buddy. Keep doing that. You're the man. Also, thank you again to Square Kid. He's right in the middle of doing the January 2023. Every day he's posting new music beats that he makes up on Instagram as well too. He also does the intro that we do as well too. So just a quick shout out to both of y'all because you guys are both talented and we really appreciate you allowing us to use your awesome art and creation for Banter and Babble. So I just want to make sure I say that. And since Ant House, you want some snow? I'm sending it to you.
We got a lot of snow, dude.
Come
Starting
on.
to come down, man.
Fuck, dude.
He's doing the GoldenEye Pause Menu remix dropping on Friday. On the same day, GoldenEye is dropping on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
The online version.
Wow.
You can play online with the Switch version.
Wow.
No thanks, Florida don't like snow. No, man. We got plenty. You won't know until you try it. You know what I'm saying? That's this old saying. You won't know until you try it.
You might enjoy it. You don't know.
I think you would dig it, dude. Shout out again to Seven Dungeons for that raid earlier. He's the official pre-show Banter Babble. We appreciate his support. And shout outs to Blanco and Tricky for those subs, man. We appreciate you guys' support. They're always here. They're always active in the community. They're always sharing their thoughts. They're just fun people to be around. We really appreciate your support. But Tone?
Yes.
Now that we can do a show.
Yeah, now we can do a show.
And now that I'm relaxed and I'm on my way to getting drunk.
There you go.
How the hell are you?
I'm fucking tired.
You're a beat man, dude.
This new job, like, listen, I love being in recruitment that I do, but it's been an uphill battle the entire time here. Just learning the systems, the ins and outs, and it's just been a lot. And like, I like to be proficient when I'm doing my work.
Absolutely.
That's the thing and if I'm not, then I take it out really hard on myself. And
he's the guy that makes us pieces of shit look bad at work.
Well, don't get me wrong. I like to be proficient to the point where I know how to ride the line, though, too. But,
okay.
And I'm not there yet. But it's just been a lot going on, and we've made some dents in the things we got to do as a small team and as a team, and there's some good celebrations, but we're not out of the woods yet, and a lot of it is just because there's still things to learn, and we use archaic systems. But I digress. But it's just been a lot. There's a lot of other things going on behind the curtain as well too. We've got a lot of things on my plate that I'm juggling. I'm tired and exhausted. This is the one thing typically throughout the week that I can look forward to. Is one of the couple things that I have that I can look forward to these days. But this weekend sounds like I'm gonna have some fun as well too. Definitely also the Royal Rumbles this weekend.
Oh shit!
First Royal Rumble ran by Triple H without Vince McMahon in charge of creative, so very excited about that. I'm going to be hanging out and watching that, so I'm excited to that as well, too, and hopefully hit up one of my favorite restaurants this weekend. So there's things to look forward to.
That's good, man. That's so difficult in Michigan, especially on the weekends, to find things to look forward to.
Yeah, it really is.
Because like when the weather is like it is right now, you're just like, man, I don't want to fucking do anything. I just want to sit in the house. But it's not even the weather. Yeah, I mean, it is the weather. I don't have a problem being home, but like, man, dude, when it's gray skies and gloomy, that shit's like, dude, when the sun was out last weekend, till like, I had the front door open.
Yeah.
Obviously, we put the glass pane in, but I wanted all. I was like, give me all the sunlight.
Yeah.
Open every window in the house so the shades were up. I wanted sunlight. I needed the light from the sun because, man, when it's cloudy and gloomy and cold, it is so fucking depressing.
It is.
Depressing.
It is. It's like living in Canada.
Or Ohio. It's pretty shitty. Apologies again for last week's show. We did have a medical emergency in the family. But everything is kosher right now. Obviously, well, first of all, my father-in-law, he had a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, here's the thing, man. And I talked about this on Friday night on the stream. Not everybody comes away from a stroke in good order.
Right.
The doctor, you sit there and say, so it was a small stroke, and the doctor will be quick to tell you, there's no such thing as a small stroke.
Right.
A stroke is a stroke. And my father-in-law, I think he saw the light, and he realized, you kind of won the lottery when it comes to strokes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You kind of won the lottery. So, I'm glad he's feeling better. He's up and walking around. He was with the kids this week, and he loves being with the kids. My kids love being with them, and I think it's just one of those things where you're just like, you know what? There's probably some things I can do better. It's not like the guy's like me. He's not like some just blah. He's a fairly active guy, and he's in good shape. And he moves around. He's older, but he's in good shape. And it's just one of those things where it's like, there's probably other things that we can work on. And I think he sees that. I think he understands that, and he's got another opportunity to better himself going forward. And, it was just a very chaotic week, and I felt so bad. It was my son's 6th birthday on that day.
Yeah, crazy.
And so he had a birthday to forget. But, like I said, the kids were with him this week, and he's in good spirits. He's moving around, and everything is, like, kind of back to normal. So, it's just one of those things, man, where you kind of get lucky, and you kind of just got to take that as a sign, like, hey, look, I gotta do better. And he is. He's a resilient guy, and and I'm glad he's healthy. Because like I said, there's not a lot of people that can have a stroke and come out unscathed from it. There's usually some kind of like residual effects or something like that. So he got very fortunate in that regard. But the family's good. Everything's kind of gotten back to normal. We're still keeping an eye on him, but he's his fun self again. He's goofy, and he's great with the kids, and the kids love being with him. So I'm just glad that we're able to kind of move past this and move forward, and hopefully he's takes better care of himself in the ways that he needs to, and we can avoid something like this again.
Absolutely.
So. But again, that's why we didn't have a show last week. It was just very difficult to kind of like manage everything, and we were obviously very worried, and it's like, look, man, we can't do it. We gotta cancel it. So. That's why we had to push it back. But we have a lot of great stuff to talk about tonight. A lot of great topics. We've got a couple TV shows. We got a movie review. We got Xbox news. A lot of great stuff out of that developer direct today. We even got a meme debate.
We
got a meme debate tonight. So we'll have a lot of good stuff to talk about. But Tone, other than that, man, what else have you been up to? Have you been gaming? You've been playing anything? Like, what have you been doing, man?
I have been. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I am now almost 30 days, almost a full month in of learning. God, that joke.
It never gets old, man.
Never gets old.
It never gets old.
Never gets old. Bargain bin at GameStop for years. I've been learning Japanese through this Duolingo app, and what I understand.
Is it Babble?
It's not. Babble's a little bit more of the I think probably the harder way to learn because it's not as fun.
Yours is the fun way.
Yeah, mine's more like set up like a game, though I did find out that you don't want to get too invested in the experience points in the game side of it because you'll lose focus of what you're trying to do, which is learn another language. But because the way it's set, because 2 Sundays ago my top blew off because I was in top 3 of like 50 people that rank up with you throughout the week to move on to the next area. Like there's different levels like gold,
open world?
silver. No, it's not like that. God damn it. So I was having a fucking complete meltdown, and then literally earlier this week, or maybe it was last week, I was like, man, I gotta stop focusing. I myself was like, I gotta stop focusing on that. And then all of a sudden, in the Duolingo group on Facebook, somebody posted an article that he had wrote, or somebody had wrote, said, this is a great app, but keep on keep the objective in focus. And I read that, and I was like, fuck, that's great perspective.
Right.
It's a great fun app. I've learned that that you need to supplement with either like a podcast, a video, something, or a book. I did order a book today that somebody said, hey, this is what I was doing when I was learning Japanese. So I ordered a used book for $12 off Amazon that I can use to supplement, because they don't tell you the how and the why when it comes to learning the language. And Japanese apparently is harder to learn for than compared to other like languages, especially for people that speak English. So and then I've been looking up at different podcasts on Spotify and different things and different little audio things to try and help clue in on some of that stuff. So far I've really enjoyed it. I mean, I watch a lot of anime anyways, and I'm already starting to pick up stuff. And when I read kanji now, I'm starting to be able to I'm starting to be able to decipher at least like what the letters are, but not necessarily again, what they mean or whatever.
Right.
So but yeah, so that's really the big thing. I mean, of course, I've been playing Trails of Cold Steel 3.
Of course.
I play about an hour every day if I can, just to sneak into that. Yeah, I'm fucking. The anime dropped a couple weeks ago. Watched the first episode and it's already like, well, this is awesome. So now I'm gonna probably have to subscribe to Crunchyroll and get a premium going on. So because otherwise I gotta wait weeks for this shit. So
you gotta do it for Jamal Williams. You know he's doing it, so you gotta do it.
That's my dog right there. That is the reason I'm gonna be a Lions fan again. Is because
was the first swag Kazuke?
Yeah, Kazuke of whatever, dude.
The Village of the Den,
dude. Incredible.
No, we haven't signed him yet. We're still waiting. The free agent process is going.
He
through,
will.
And
they will.
He can command a lot of money because he led the league in touchdowns. He was like 6th or 7th in rushing yards. So keeping a close eye on that, man.
This market needs guys like him.
It really
for the
does.
Team. We need somebody to. We need that. We need that. So
you know why shit is harder to learn? Because Americans seem to forgot about short and long vowel sounds.
Yeah. Or I don't know, putting K's in front of knife. That's why it's a kniffy.
It's a kniffy. Let's see. What have I been playing? Monster Hunter.
Now listen, that game looks pretty,
dude. I'm having a lot of fucking fun with Monster Hunter.
Yeah, you were trying to talk me into it.
I'm at like 16 hours played right now. I'm at like 16 hours played. I'm going hard, man.
No wonder your kids didn't recognize you tonight.
I look, man. I liked it on the Switch. I had a lot of fun with it on the Switch. Two things though. Nobody I knew on Switch was playing it.
Right. Online.
And so cool. I mean, I can jump into like games with unknowns. That's no fun. But then the other thing is like the 30 frames and all that stuff. You just like you playing on the Series X and the PS5 and you're just like, man, I really miss 60 frames. This fucking thing runs down at like 120 frames in performance mode on the Series X and the PS5, and it's just so smooth, dude. It feels so smooth. So I'm really big into it right now. Monster Hunter is so mobile. No, the only complaint I have is that it feels watered down for Westerners. Hey, man, it might be watered down, but I'm deep into it, dude. It's deep water for me, man. I'm digging it. Squeaker! Oh shit! I need to get Monster Hunter to make cosplays. Ooh.
Honestly, like, there's
so many outfits
and
you can do.
Yeah, there's some folks out there. I've seen some cosplay from that. You really should. Yes.
Dude, I'm like I said. I mean, I'm sure there's. Now, keep in mind, I am not a Monster Hunter connoisseur. I am not somebody who has played all these games and can compare the differences between them. I hop into this shit, and it's accessible for me. I've really starting to get a better understanding of the combat, and I'm in there, and I'm just slaying shit right now, dude. I'm just slaying things. Now, the only thing I jumped into last night was the first Rampage, and the Rampage is like a tower defense.
Well, yeah, they're buildings. You Lizzie, and you go up there, you punch the windows, and you grab. Rampage. I love Rampage, dude.
Yeah, not that kind of Rampage.
Oh, the Rock's not in it?
No. It's a Rampage mode. And like you go in there with other people and you can build like weapons and like these monsters. You're just constant horde of monsters coming in. And it's a little bit more chaotic, but man, yeah, I just come down here, man, at like 9:30. I jump in there and just do hunts, man. I just do hunts. I fucking love it.
It's more like 6:30. Your kids are wondering where's Dad at. Food's cold.
But Squeaker, no, I mean Monster Hunter is prime for cosplay.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic pool for you to pull from. Absolutely.
Squeaker just announced yesterday
that
she
officially
will be here
officially
for the Midland Mall Comic-Con.
Yep, the head judge for the cosplay contest. We're really excited.
Details. She's all about them little details.
Yep, she just won some pretty great awards recently as well too for her cause as well too. So out there killing it, really excited. We'll definitely be talking to her when she's with us there at the Midland Mall Comic-Con. We'll have her sit down and talk about some of that as well too. So excited. So yeah, well you're the coolest. We love you too.
She's pretty rad, dude. She's fun to interview, and she's a great judge. She's always giving feedback to everybody, and so she understands what goes into cosplay, and she understands the judging side of it. But at the same time, as a cosplayer herself, she understands like the time and effort and the commitment it takes to be into it and to be good at it. And so she's always down to like give people feedback and whatnot. So I really respect that about her, but she's just really fun to be around. And yeah, we'll definitely get her around for sure. Along with dude, did you do the Sonic event? I got the outfits for the Palico and the Palamute or whatever it is. I can't get my gear yet for my character because I have to do a 7-star hunt. And it won't let me do it yet because I'm only at 3 stars in terms of like my hunter rating. So I can't do that one yet. But I've got the little outfits for my little buddies. Those guys are all decked out, but I still have to rank up to be able to get my gear for my character. So, which I'm cool with because like man, that's just like I come down here, man, and I just grind it. And the thing is, I was talking about it to you guys the other day. Is like I don't know what it is about Monster Hunter, but it is such a chill fucking game for me to play. I'll hop into the expeditions and just run around, gather resources, find the great wire bug, the lilies bushes that you can use for the great wire bugs, and I'm finding relics and the sub camps, and I'm going around slaying little creatures, knocking out my sub quests. And if I find now when I do expeditions, if I run in there and there's like a big monster, a large monster, I'll go in there and just fight it, take it down, move to the next one. The other day, I think I took down 4 large monsters in one expedition just because they kept floating in. I was like, take them down, take them down, take them down. And I fucking love that. And it just goes towards crafting the better gear, the better armor. And yeah, I'm sure some of the bigger monsters in the higher levels are going to be much more difficult, much more challenging. But even then, I'm a low rank guy and I'm in these battles and they're somewhat challenging right now. But I'm still just kind of chill, man. Yeah, I said Monster Hunter, Brian. I told Brian the other day, man, like if the Xbox crowd doesn't really buy into Monster Hunter Rise, I'm gonna pick it up on PlayStation 5 when the Sunbreak expansion comes out in the spring. So if the Xbox community doesn't really buy into, because it sounds like some of the guys aren't really feeling, and I get it, man. Like Monster Hunter is not a fucking accessible game, not only in terms of its combat, but in terms of its depth and all the subsystems. And the one thing that game does not do, it does not explain shit for shit.
Which was my problem with the one on the original that came out, not original, Jesus. What was it called on?
Monster Hunter World.
Thank you, whatever it was. Yeah, that was my problem. I like to at least have explanation because there's a lot of things going on. I feel like they just don't do that. And
dude,
that's fine.
It is. There's so many menus, and not menus in the good way.
Right, yeah.
Like the tutorial menus that pop up on the screen, there's so much shit to do.
Right.
So, depending on what we do on the Xbox, and if the community doesn't really get into it, I know Brian is like, he's going to be, and I know he'll love this, balls deep in the game.
Right.
Then I'll probably pick it over up on PlayStation 5 when the Sunbreak thing comes out so I can just
there you go.
Roll with somebody, and he'll carry me. I'll just hop in his little backpack, and he'll be good to go. 1003 says, hey, what's your favorite Xbox game? I'll let you go first.
It was Halo at one point.
Oh, it was Halo. Yeah, I mean, Halo.
I don't know anymore. Halo 2, maybe?
In terms like the game that I've enjoyed the most?
God, I really like the first Gears 1 and 2 as a lot, too.
I like Gears 4 and 5. I really like Gears 4 and 5. I'm really excited for Hellblade 2. Huge fan of Hellblade.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And Redfall looked good today, and we'll talk about those games here in a little bit. But, no, man, I'd say if there's one franchise on Xbox that I'm most, resonates with me the most, that I've enjoyed the most, is probably Gears.
Yeah.
Really, really, really dig Gears. And I know I'm in the minority here, but I actually low-key enjoyed Crackdown 3 single player. I didn't like the multiplayer, but I actually enjoyed playing through the campaign. I had fun with that.
That actually could be debate. That's probably debating in my top 3 favorite actual
Oh, really?
Party. I just love Crackdown the series.
Oh, sure, yeah.
The theory. I'm just talking the series, but there you go.
Hello Neighbor. My kids love Hello Neighbor. They are, and I actually started. I didn't care for the first one. I am digging the second one. My son gets into it. He plays it, and I help him with the puzzles. And I'm just like, yeah, this is actually kind of intuitive, kind of like clever.
So
I was like, okay, yeah. And I'm a big horror fan, horror game fan. Callisto Protocol broke my heart, but I'm hoping Dead Space will kind of cleanse the palate of Callisto Protocol. So this Friday, Dead Space comes out. I'm gonna get my horror vibe. Plus, and then I think after that, next month, or is it the month after, we get Resident Evil 4 remake. I think that's in March.
That's one that's even got me.
Oh, that one's even got piqued your interest.
Well, I mean, it's not gonna be like a 5-hour game like 3 was.
3 was a
four breathed new life into that series and reinvented the wheel on it and did a before like the God of Wars and stuff like that. Like that GameCube era was like big for Nintendo because it was lots of some reinventions. Metroid Prime being another one. So, 4. That's a great fucking game.
I know you're probably interested, but at the same time, you'll only be about 400 hours into Trails, so you'll only be
I ain't got
done.
time for that.
You'll only be halfway done with Trails.
There's only really one game this year that I'm really hype about. Well, there's
Trails
a couple.
4?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say Trails 5 Reverie.
Trails
whatever,
5,
but,
yeah.
we can't talk about it, so that's fine.
That's right. We can't talk about a game.
Can't talk
Hopefully,
about a game. Yeah, Mines of Moria. You're right. 7. I'm.
What is Mines of Moria?
Oh man.
Okay, I'll sit back.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill my mic.
Well, I know I'm not. He'd be able to explain it a little bit better than I would, but it's Lord of the Rings, survival game, but you're in the actual Mines of Moria.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
PC only, I'm assuming.
I believe so.
Cool, man. You guys have to let me know how it is.
Yeah.
PC game review.
Yeah, I am excited for Diablo this year. Now hearing that's gonna be crossplay day 1. We'll see how that works.
Yeah. Diablo is like
Diablo 4.
Other than the one that we just tried out this past weekend, Diablo 4 is the live service game that I'm looking forward to the most this year right now.
Yeah. So there's some good stuff this year that I'm excited for compared to even last year. But honestly, they're depending how great they're gonna be, they'll still have to say we'll take shotgun next to Trails series because I'm gonna be playing all 7 of those for the next couple of years. So.
Man, I refuse to believe that you're a bigger Final Fantasy guy than you are.
I got Street Fighter 6 and Final Fantasy coming out in the same month this year. And Final Fantasy, Street Fighter 6 actually is one of the most anticipated games for me this year, truth be told.
Oh, really?
I still haven't got my stick.
Oh,
Yeah, but
that's not good.
I definitely do want to see the reviews on Final Fantasy 16 before I jump into that.
Yeah, I know. I got your thoughts on that, man. I also love Cricket Xbox games. They are awesome. Cricket? Like the actual sport cricket? I forgot they did make that.
Yeah, they did actually.
They do have a cricket game.
Yeah.
I didn't think anyone. That you must be the reason they make that game. Like, hey, some guy just bought it.
Somebody's got to.
Blanco says the customization in D4 is nutty. I'm really hoping our characters actually show up in the new cinematic. Dude, that would be pretty sweet to get like your actual created characters to show up in the cutscene. That'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Cricket 22. I'm gonna have to watch the trailer for that. I just cannot believe that they have like full on motion capture for Cricket.
Let's go.
Is that even an EA? No, if anyone's gonna jump at Cricket, it's gonna be fucking EA. Is that an EA game? I don't even know. I have problems with Diablo games, like a lot of playtime. Do we still play the? Does anyone still play the fucking?
Yeah, how's your
mobile
fucking
version?
Mobile game, you nerds? Fucking jerks.
I went hard for about 3 days, bro, and I was just like, I'm good.
Drasen's like driving to like other states and having somebody else drive so he can sit there with an Xbox controller on his phone for like 7 hours. Fucking psychopath.
I will say I am excited for a mobile game. That the beta just came out today on Android and on iOS, and it's called Zero Ops. And it's this guy, very small team, and it's inspired by SOCOM. It's like third person, and they just added controller support. So now I'm going to have my phone up, and I'm going to be playing fucking SOCOM on my breaks and lunches at work. Obviously not during work hours, during breaks and lunches. But yeah, dude, it's called Zero Ops, and it is like SOCOM. Yeah, the map that they had in the alpha, the early stages, was basically Desert Glory, Crossroads. And then they just added another map today that's inspired by Fox Hunt, which is one of my favorite maps of all time in SOCOM. And so now he adds it out on iPhones and Android. And dude, it's third person. I mean, it looks like SOCOM.
That's fucking nuts.
And I was like, fuck, we haven't had this thing with the controller now support? Because I fucking can't do mobile games, man. My kids can. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
I give them an iPad or an iPhone, like, they're over. I'm just like, how do you do that?
Yeah. They're little hands, man.
I need to feel the sticks. I need to feel the buttons. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, best mobile game. I thought Marvel Snap was the best mobile game.
Well, Duolingo came out. Well,
But the NBA games are awesome too, dude. Like I treat NBA games like I do all sports games. I'll fire it up, look at how cool and realistic it looks, and then I'm done. The only time I'm ever gonna jump into a sports game ever again is gonna be NCAA football when it comes out in 2027, whenever it's coming out now. I will be balls deep in NCAA football. But other sports games, I just look at them for a second because they're beautiful, and then I move on. Just like we're gonna move on right now, Tone. We have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, and we're going to start with movies first. We wanted to review this last week, and we actually really wanted to review it last year when it came out in, like, December. Let's talk about The Menu, which is available now on VOD, and you can watch it on HBO Max. And this is directed by Mark Mylod, who, I did not know this. Mark Mylod, the director, has a lot of time spent on Game of Thrones, Succession, and Shameless. He's directed a lot of those episodes of those shows, which are very revered shows. And so I didn't realize that's who was behind the camera. So now, once I read that, I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because this movie is taut, well-directed, and very, very clever, very, very smart. It's starring Ray Fiennes, Anna Taylor-Joy, Nick Holt, Hong Chau, and John Leguizamo, who was a complete waste in Violent Night.
Yeah, actually wasn't too wasteful in this one.
Not too wasteful, but, you know, it was a better performance, and it was a little bit more conviction on his half. But Tone.
Yeah.
I was really excited when this movie came out. I really wanted to go see it, but it was during the holidays. We were really busy, and we didn't get a chance to go see it.
Yep.
And when it came out to on HBO Max, I was like, dude, we got to watch this shit. And we watched it, dude. This movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I had to kind of break my watch up of it like over a couple nights, I think. And that was honestly because like I could have waited till like the one night to watch it all, but I was like, I really kind of want to watch this. So I really want to start it. Goddamn, you know, just from start to finish, I like going into it. I knew there was going to be some interesting, like it was not going to be like something normal. Like it was going to be this or whatever might be. But it was that. And it was more. But in that was incredible dialogue.
Yes.
Great character development. An intriguing story. And it was fucking fun. It's a dark. It really kind of checks off a few things, I feel like. But in the end, I guess maybe it's a dark right? It's a dark comedy.
Absolutely.
A thriller. I mean, I think you even mentioned as well, too. And like, I just like, it almost felt like it was a Clue thing, but it wasn't. Like, you know, you didn't know where the angle was going to go. And then like every time something happened, I feel like it just did things that other movies don't. And it just like almost like deadpans the situation and moves on. I'm just like, this is fucking wild. Right. So I enjoyed every minute of it. And the few people that I talked to that had watched it prior said, man, you gotta watch this. This is something else. Or this is wild or whatever. And then after I watched it, some more people started watching it, and then they already started talking. They're like, man, that movie was really good. I'm like, yeah, that was really good. Like, I'm surprised at this point still, like because of our community and because of things we intake, there's not a lot of people that are talking about this movie. I feel like.
I mean, it generated some buzz. It reviewed really well, and obviously, and you know, Anna Taylor-Joy and Ray Fiennes were both nominated for Golden Globes. Both of them got snubbed at Oscar nomination, which is bullshit. But they're both, I mean, the performances were revered. The story was celebrated. I mean, I just don't think it had a huge audience. But it's a well done movie in every aspect of movie.
Literally. Like, I mean, and keep in mind that 90% of the time you're confined in a fucking room.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else really and you don't need it because of either the tension, and you want to eat the food.
Don't
you're
eat
into
the food,
it.
Taste the food.
You're wanting to know about the characters. You're giving breadcrumbs of the characters, and then then all of a sudden like you realize who they are or what they're doing and things of that nature. Like it was just incredibly well written, and I feel like, you know, this came out at the end of the year, and I know I just watched it in the new year, but this, to me, of the movies last year, this is one of the best movies I've seen that came out last year. This was a fantastic fucking movie, hands down.
It's an excellent dark comedy thriller, and
ending with the s'mores.
It balances like its social satire with like genuine unease and tension. There's like social satire, some dark humor.
Oh yeah.
But then there's like layers of like tension, unease, where you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like you said, a murder mystery type of thing. And again, it's all boast or carried by the performances of everybody. I mean, everybody. Top to bottom, everybody in this movie is very, very good, including the main three, which is Nicole, Anna Taylor-Joy, and Ralph Fiennes. They're all really, really good. The thing that I really enjoy the most about this movie is the dynamic between Anna Taylor-Joy and Ralph Fiennes' character. Ralph Fiennes is kind of like the head chef. He's very unique and very eclectic or whatever. And Anna Taylor-Joy, you don't really know who she is, but early on you're just like, there's something off about her. At least you think it's her, but it's everyone else who's kind of off. But the relation between her and him, the dynamic, not just in terms of its acting, because they're both great, but their character arcs and how their characters are more similar than you think compared to early on. Like, it's just like, man, when you get to the ending, you're just like, that is so fucking smart. Like, it is so good. And again, we go back to all the side characters. They're all so fleshed out, and they're all shitty people in different ways. And I was reading up on it. All 7 deadly sins are accounted for based on the group of people.
Fucking knew there was going to be something like that.
All
I'm glad that you looked that up.
Sins
Fuck yeah.
You can tie to each group of people that are there. And it's
vanity,
just like,
all of it.
Gluttony. So, I mean, everything is there.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And I was just like, you read that stuff and you go back and just like, holy fuck, dude. That was just, it was so wild. Like, it's just a deep, dark, thought-provoking movie. And it's got some dark humor that you'll laugh at. Dude, there was a part in that movie where John Leguizamo's character and his girl are sitting at a table, and John Leguizamo was like, can we please just go? Can we please just go? And she's like, can I go? And he asks her, he's like, where did you go to school? And she was like, Brown. He's like, did you have student loans? She was like, no. And he goes, I'm sorry, you're going to die tonight.
Yeah.
Because like, that's just a classic character. Like, if you go to Brown University, you should have unless you're filthy rich, you're going to have student loans. And the way she was like, no. He's like, I'm sorry, you're going to die tonight. Just like, that's fucking incredible, man. It was just so cool. It was just a really good movie, and I really dug it. I'm going to go back down here a little bit. RayFX says, I want to play SOCOM on my phone. Follow Zero Ops on Twitter. Join their Discord, and they'll send you a link to join their beta, whether you're on Android or iOS. They just added controller support. It's a small community, and it's a game that's going to develop over time, but the creators fucking love SOCOM, and they dig it. I seen I love Dungeon what he said. Like, do not eat this food, taste this food.
Dude.
I mean, there's a lot of deep shit going on, man. It's a fucking awesome movie. I would love to get people's thoughts on it and have more people check it out because it is a really cool movie, man.
A few people mentioned the endings with the s'mores and everything.
Oh,
like
my God. The ending is wild,
yeah,
dude.
it's pretty fucking cool as well, too. So, yeah. Fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, please dive into it. It's fun. It's dark. It's a thinker. And just the dialogue is everything about
snappy,
it.
Man. It's snappy.
Yep.
It's really, really well done, and I think you guys and girls will love it. And if you do check it out, make sure you let us know in the comments on YouTube, or if you're listening on Spotify, we'll have a question in the Spotify description. What's your thoughts on the menu? Make sure you let us know what you think of it. I think it's a fucking killer movie. I think it's incredibly underrated, and I feel like at least one of the two should have been nominated, getting a little Oscar love, but man, the movie got completely blanked at Oscar time. But Golden Globes is a little bit different because when you look at the Best Actor and Best Actress categories, there are always like two of them. There's like Best Dramatic Performance and Best Performance in a Comedy or a Musical. So you have more categories where in Oscars they just have one. So obviously not everybody can make the cut. So one says there are going to be a lot of movies coming out this year. Can't wait. It's a big year for movies.
Yeah, there's
a lot of good
There's
stuff
some heavy
coming up.
hitters, and they're coming fast.
Absolutely. So we are going to talk about some trailers. We got a couple trailers. One that's about 2 weeks old, but we still wanted to check. I still wanted to run and get Tone's thoughts on it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's check out the trailer for The Mandalorian Season 3.
Our people are scattered, like stars in the galaxy. What are we? What do we stand for? Being a Mandalorian is not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy. That way, you'll never be lost. Mandalore, so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
May the Force be with you!
This is the way.
There's something dangerous happening out there. And by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
Hang on, kid. This is the way.
All right, dude. I did not, dude. I thought for sure that this was a fall release. When that popped,
did you? Yeah.
I had no idea they were targeting spring. I was like, okay, I think what was it, last year? Boba Fett was in the fall. I was like, they'll probably try to fill it with something big, so it'll be Mando in the fall. I had no idea Mandalorian was coming out fucking March 1st,
March
dude.
for a while. Yeah. And so far it doesn't look like there's a Boba Fett episode in that.
I didn't see anything that would indicate that they would abandon
Christ.
Mando for an episode.
No, of course not. But looks awesome. There's a lot of great things in there. There's a lot of things to take away. Mandalore, seeing that in ruins makes me sad, but also excited to be able to see that in live actions, even though it's in ruins or whatever. But Crash says cautiously optimistic. I mean,
what are people cautiously optimistic about?
I don't know. Maybe he's just being a front butt right now. But Sebastian Stan is confirmed, for something too.
Oh, Sebastian Stan in this?
Yeah, as I think a Mandalorian. I didn't get a chance. I saw that come through yesterday as an article, and I didn't get a chance to read it yet. So, Trick, what's up with that? If you got any deets, lay that out on us. But yeah, no, I don't know why Crash should be cautiously optimistic. The series hasn't really overall let us down so far. It's been pretty fun. I do think the big thing I will say that is going to confuse people that was brought up with some other folks. That's a good point. And it's probably, I think Crash, we were talking probably this in our Star Wars chat, but if people didn't see the Book of Boba Fett, say people are just they're watching The Mandalorian because they barely watch Star Wars, but they like the Mandalorian, they got hooked into it, and you didn't watch the Boba Fett. When you start up the season and you realize that he's with Grogu again, you're going to be completely confused.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to have watched Boba Fett to know that. And if you don't watch that timeline, then it's going to kind of throw people off. And, we've all been saying for a while that I get why Disney probably freaked out and wanted to bring Grogu back because of the popularity of it and how it draws in kids, how it draws in everybody. The rest of us adults kind of want to see him because kind of go on his own and like let him go play with Luke, do some Force stuff, checking in once in a while. Like we've had him for 2 seasons. Let's move forward. We want to see more ruthless Western-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
With the kid in a shtick. I'm kind of on the fence on both of it because I think Grogu's good for just the popularity of it, and so I get it. But not everybody.
I feel like at this point you can't abandon him.
Right, but I mean, to be fair, he did though. Like he gave him away. He's like, "You're gonna go train," and then 6 months later, like, "Oh, come on back."
Well, you know how Disney likes to retcon stuff and change things up on the fly.
So whatever it is, it's fine. Like at the end of the day, it's fine. Like I think it's gonna be a fun. I mean, we're still getting we're getting deeper into the lore.
Sure,
we hooked everybody in. We're going to Mandalore. We're seeing live action. Like if you just said 5 years ago, we're gonna have live action Mandalore at some point, I've been like, you're fucking off your rocker. You know what I mean? But we're getting that. We've never been able to have a lot of support for this group of people until The Mandalorian. I mean, Boba Fett was our taste of it originally, but it was never, for some of us that got hooked into that look and that aesthetic, we wanted more. And the cartoons has done a great job of fleshing some of that out really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
But because of those, that's why we're here. So, I just want to keep that optimism there, Crash, is my point. So, yeah, exactly. Anything to fucking thank you. Yes. And don't get me wrong. I loved Obi-Wan, but for fuck's sake, Tatooine always being the default fucking planet.
Can we go to Dathomir? Has Dathomir other than the game?
So there are rumors that in the cartoons, like Clone Wars, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But there's rumors we might see live action Witches of Dathomir in this series.
Oh, really?
So I don't know. So hopefully, I would love some live action Dathomir as well too. But I think they wiped out the witches as the Empire, of course, rose because they were too dangerous. Even though they were, they're pretty much just on a planet. They were too dangerous. But I digress. Very excited. Looks good. I'm ready for March. And that first episode will drop. First couple, one or two, will drop right before the Midland Mall Comic Con. So while we are streaming from the Comic Con, we'll also be able to talk. We'll be able to talk about our first impressions of that.
Episode.
Yes,
much episodes, whatever happens. So
much excitement for Dathomir. So
it was. Yeah, it was. I'm excited for this, man. Again, I didn't expect this to be in March, but March 1st. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at like peak TV right now.
Again.
I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know.
How do you balance all that shit, man?
Cocaine, masturbation. I don't know.
I mean, I already do that. I mean, what else can I do?
I don't know.
Forge, thank you so much for those bits, man. We appreciate you.
You.
All right, Tone. Now, one has been talking about this a couple times now, and I know
we got something for you.
We got a little something for you. Obviously, this week we got the trailer for Scream 6, which I did not think was going to be coming out in March. Again, I thought this was going to be something a little further along, but that's coming out in March as well. Let's check out the trailer for Scream 6.
Please help me. Just down there.
There's a line here, girl. You got a problem here, guy?
I had this secret. There's a darkness inside of me. It followed me here. And it's gonna keep coming for us. We share a certain history. This isn't like any other ghost face.
What is this place?
A shrine.
We've got to lure him in.
We execute him.
Hello.
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Maybe. But there's never been one like me, Gale. I'm something different.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
You want me. So let's finish this.
Guys?
Yeah, we know, Trick. We know, Trick.
Yeah, easy,
we know.
Trick.
Yeah, fucking
Easy.
calm down there, boy.
I was a little concerned about running that trailer. But,
Yeah.
you know.
Just breathe.
This looks good, dude.
Hey, you know what?
This looks really
I gave
good.
up on Scream a long time ago after the first couple. And I enjoyed the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, they did Easter eggs of the slashers on the fucking.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
the trailer.
yeah, no, this looks good again. And man, crazy that they can do that. Like they've rebooted the series and give it new life and
Bringing back legacy characters. You got Hayden Panettiere who's back. She was in, I think, Scream 4.
She'll always be that girl in her Heroes to me.
Heroes was a big time show. I remember that one. Now, interesting enough, I don't remember seeing her in the trailer. Maybe I did, but Samara Weaving is in this. And have you ever seen Ready or Not?
Probably 2 decades ago or something. Oh no.
Yeah,
no. I was thinking of some cheerleader thing.
You're thinking of a porn movie or something.
Probably. No. I didn't see her in that trailer.
Dude, the movie Ready or Not is fucking incredible. Very similar in tone to The Menu. A dark satire that is fucking awesome. And she's the lead, and she's incredible in that movie. Basically, she gets married into a family of like just ultra elitist wealthy people, and at midnight or whatever, they try to hunt her down to kill her. The whole family does. And like, dude, it is an incredible movie. And she's in this. I didn't even see her in the trailer, but when I seen she was on, I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, now I'm really happy for this shit because she's amazing and she's not even in the trailer. Damn, there are 6 of these. Never seen one. I relate Ghostface with Scary Movie. Absolutely.
Did he say he relates with Ghostface? What's he saying there?
I relate to Ghostface.
That's interesting.
No, that's kind of. You know what? Maybe when we have a B&B meetup, maybe you shouldn't come.
Yeah, JL. Maybe you shouldn't.
Never seen one. I
there.
relate Ghostface to Scary Movie. I mean, he is Scary Movie. I mean, it is Ghostface. I'm high.
That's fair.
Oh, you're
Shock.
good, man. You're good. We
So
won't tell anybody.
I got a good laugh out of the Matthew Lillard comment because I also
Matthew Lillard,
love me
man.
some Matthew Lillard. That would be really funny.
That would be a
Liev Schreiber.
huge leap. That would be a
Schreiber's back.
huge leap. But no, I thought this looked really good, man. Like, it looks gritty,
Wow.
it looks dark, this killer looks a lot more relentless than
Mhm.
the previous one. I'll be there to see it, man. Is it the original mask? You know, I always wanted that too because, like, in the movie Halloween, like 1 through 5, like there's different variations of the mask. I mean, I think it was 5 is like one of the worst masks I've ever seen in a Halloween movie. Halloween 4. The hair of the mask turns blonde in a couple scenes. There's a scene at the school where Michael's chasing Jamie, and like he walks in there and he has blonde hair, and you're like, wait, what? And then the next scene when he's outside, it's dark again. You're just like, what just happened? So I don't know. I mean, it looks like the same mask, but I don't know the little nuance.
Oh my God! What if it's Marlon Wayans?
Oh my God! So what was that show? What was that movie
Scary
called?
Movie.
Scary Movie.
Yeah.
The Scream Scary Movie crossover we've been waiting for.
Yeah, we all waiting for.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Those Marlon
I want
Wayans.
Sean Wayans to be in instead, though.
Keenan Ivory all day. It's my favorite.
Keenan's great too, man. Keenan's great too. No, but I'll be hyped to see this. I'm sure we'll go check this out. This looks great. Halloween Ends was bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. Hard to argue with you on that one. All right, Tone. We're gonna move on to some gaming stuff. Today, Xbox dropped their developer direct, where they were going to. Well, they said they were going to focus on 4 games, and then when the show started, they typed out, "We're checking out 4 big games." And then they delete, and changed it to 5. And everyone was like, "Ooh, what's the 5th game now?" Because we knew we were going to see Minecraft Legends, we knew we were going to see Forza Motorsport, we knew we were going to see Redfall and ESO, and everyone was like, "Oh, we're getting 5 games. What is it?" Now, they'd already established prior to this that we are not going to see Starfield today. We weren't going to see Starfield. They're setting up their own. They're setting up their own event for Starfield for a deep dive.
Right.
It sounds like it's going to be towards the summer because they are planning a summer showcase as well. So this might be a quarterly thing that Microsoft will do going forward, which I love. I love these types of events.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Sony.
They're short, sweet. Get some games out. Let's get hype.
We're Sony at. Okay, it's been over a year since we've had a showcase, and it's been, I think, when was the last time we got a State of Play? Was it before God of War?
Yeah. I mean, long before.
It's been a long play. Get your shit together, Sony. We need a State of Play. But today we're talking about the developer direct, and again, we saw a bunch of games. We saw first on Minecraft Legends. Now, I don't know, like, I'm not a huge Minecraft guy. I know Minecraft Dungeons is fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Minecraft Legends is, I really didn't understand what this game was. In the trailer, as cool as it was, it's very chaotic. I still don't really know what this is. I do know it's an action strategy game where you lead all your allies in heroic battles to defend the overworld from the destructive piglins. I don't know what the fuck a piglin is. I'm sure anybody that plays Minecraft
I think they're the little
knows
guys
what a
in like the
piglin is.
Netherrealm, maybe.
What's that?
I think they're the guys in the Netherrealm.
Sure, that sounds perfect. But I mean, it looks fun. It's chaotic. You're building a huge base. You're building this huge fortress. You got to put defenses around it. You got to put walls up, traps, and everything. And people can you're basically leading in your squad to get to the center of it and bring the whole thing down.
That's gonna be on Game Pass. I may have to check that out.
Oh, this speaks to you?
Well, you're talking about fort building stuff too. You know.
Oh, dude, you're building a huge castle, and you have
Yeah.
defenses like I don't know if it's what is it called, tower defense, but you have traps leading all the way around, and it's basically you and then another fort on the map. So you're kind of going back and forth.
I feel like it's gonna be worth kind of maybe it's peeping.
Yeah, it's something you're gonna check out, huh?
It might be something I might check out.
One doesn't really like Minecraft. He prefers Roblox. So do my kids. My kids really love Roblox.
I like Roblox as well too. They're just 2 different beasts, though. I think, to be fair.
Roblox is like there's so much more variety.
There's so much chaos and just nuts and funny stuff you can do. It's good stuff. There's a lot of open source stuff I think on there, but I always love Minecraft. Always got a big heart.
My Minecraft Dungeons was fucking sweet. That one spoke.
Yeah, we never gave enough love to that.
Not nearly enough love, but I mean that's just a time issue because there was just so many games coming out. But Minecraft Dungeons is a really good game. A lot of depth to it. But no, man, this looks cool. And I'll be curious to check this out. Now we do know this is coming out April 18th. I mean, they basically have like the first half of the year covered with games. With this developers direct. I mean, we found today that they are covered from now, April, May, and then by the end of June is when Forza is supposed to come out. I didn't grab any Forza
summer
because they didn't have a trailer out at the time. But Forza looks fucking awesome. We do know it's again from Turn 10 Studios. There is not going to be an Xbox One version of the game. They are going full on next gen for this next one. But if you want to, you can stream it on your Xbox One via cloud. So if you have an Xbox One or an Xbox One X or whatever,
kind of cool though,
and you want to play the next gen version, you can stream it versus xCloud, which is cool.
Well, at least 5 of the 20 of you can at least stream and play that game of Forza.
There you go. See,
you know what I think.
Forward thinking. They're going to make sure people can still play the damn game.
I've always got comments for you, Forza.
We also know that there are going to be 500 cars at launch.
Jesus, there's
over
not even that many
20
in the world.
environments. 5 of them are brand new environments, all with dynamic time of day, real-time ray tracing, and 4K 60. Dude, and now, again, like going back to sports games, watching this trailer, I was just watching the game, I was just like, this thing is so beautiful. I mean, it's really beautiful.
The Forza series really shine when it comes to graphics. And Forza Motorsport. See, if I play any of the two, I like the Horizon a little bit better. It's a little bit more loosey goosey.
Horizon's my preferred
open
one.
world. This is more like the
More
Gran
city.
Turismo. So that's I'm not even gonna turn it on.
You'll download all 120 gigs. Look at how beautiful it is, and then delete.
No, I didn't even. I mean, I still have Flight Simulator X downloaded, and I still haven't piled that because I know if I bring that up, I'll probably get sucked into it. But
are you a big Flight Simulator guy? Were you?
I grew up on PC Flight Simulator.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like my tech class in high school for 2 years, I would have to rush to do my exam at the end because I was sitting there putting in the code to get the fighter jet to fly out of O'Hare every fucking day.
What's the longest flight you ever did?
Oh, I'd easily hour and a half, 2 hours.
Really?
Oh, fuck yeah. Not that hard.
Wow.
Not that hard, honestly. You just had, once you started knowing the keys and being able to, like, control, like, your pitch and everything and, like, whatever, like, I mean, you could fuck around, sure, and, like, you could even get to a point where you could, like, nosedive a Cessna or something and still turn it around, but, like.
Yeah. I actually played the new one, and I flew from MBS, and I tried doing a low flyby at my parents' house, and I crashed.
Yeah, well, don't do that in
Yeah,
residential areas. Yeah, bad idea.
Sorry for the people in Thomas Township, but yeah, I was the one that crashed the the DC-10 or whatever it was, trying to do a low pass by my parents' house.
There you
I
go.
wanted my dad to come outside and be like, "Damn you and your fucking Boeing!"
You know it's a video game, right?
Hey man,
Just
it
so
was
you know.
pretty cool though, being able to fly over the neighborhood.
It's fucking neat, man.
It's really cool. But yeah, I killed everybody on the flight. So
yeah.
But great nonetheless. Now the game that they announced today that is available now, it's pretty dope, and I think you might like this. I mean, I don't know how you feel about the combat in the game or like the concept of it, but in terms of its animation style, now this comes from TangoWorks. They of Evil Within 1 and 2 and Ghostwire Tokyo. These guys are like all in on horror. And so when they show up, everyone's like, "Oh shit, is this Evil Within 3? Is that what we're talking about?" No. And we're talking about something completely fucking different. We're talking about Hi-Fi Rush. And dude, this game looks fucking bonkers. Now, I am not proficient or even remotely good at combat games, especially when it's tied to music. Like, you're trying to attack to the beat of the music, shit like that. I'm fucking I can't even dance a slow song with my wife at a wedding.
That checks.
This right here? No, dude. This is like fucking, that's rage-inducing for me because I'm just like, I know I can catch the beat, but clearly I can't. But this is this is a stylish over-the-top action game where the combat and platforming are synced to the music. And dude, it's got a very Japanese anime style to it. Like it looks really good. It looks really good. Scoring is based on how in sync you are with the actual music, but you don't need high scores to progress. But there is like a Devil May Cry scoring system. But I mean, it's just a beautiful looking, like the animation looks fantastic.
I was gonna say Jet Set Radio.
Yes, there you go. Exactly, Jet Set Radio. And reminds me of Jet Set Radio meets Sunset. Dude, honestly, El Blanco, when the trailer first started, I was like, because it didn't show the comment, it just showed this huge world, and I was just like, did they buy the IP and they're running with Sunset Overdrive? Because I believe Insomniac still own the IP for Sunset Overdrive. And I was like, ooh, is this like a new Sunset Overdrive? It's a beautiful looking like combat game. Now, I'll try it out, but it's one where I will fucking break my controller. But it's available on Game Pass, so you can check it out. Again, this is why just Game Pass. I can just go on there and just download the fucking
I'm about to check it out at least.
Take a look at it. The music is slapping, dude. The music is slapping in this trailer. Like, it was really good. I was like, okay, turn the lights off, turn the music up, kind of pop an Eddie and just have some fucking fun. This could be that type of game. So I think this looks interesting. I think it looks cool. And the fact that they said, hey, it's coming out today. It's available now. Go download it via Game Pass. I was like, that's dope, man. The character looks fun. Some of the villains that you fight, some of the combat, it just looks exciting. But again, when it comes down to these like games that not require, but it's beneficial to you to stay in sync with the music.
Yeah, you're gonna struggle.
That's where I'm fucking just hot trash. So I'm gonna check this out this weekend. Maybe talk about it next week. I think it looks fun. We'll see what's going on.
Cool.
Now, obviously, okay. Before we get to the last one, also Elder Scroll Online Necrom. That will be available on May 2nd from ZeniMax Online Studios. They're introducing a new class, the Arcanist, who will be wielding magic powers that are new to this world, like we've never seen before. And the combat looked really good. Like, it looked really cool to play as this character. And you'll have an all-new area to explore, the Telvanni Peninsula of Morrowind, so it's a huge new area.
Morrowind.
Yep. So, I mean, a lot of cool stuff coming with this expansion in May. Right now, though, there is an ESO Plus trial available, giving you access to all DLC packs. Everything. Plus the 10% XP and gold acquisition that you normally get.
What up, Gray?
And much more. Gray Monster, what's going on, dude? This is pretty sweet, man. Like if there was one thing I could really wish I could get into, it would be an MMO.
I know.
You know, spend all that time with Destiny 2, kind of a pseudo MMO.
I know.
But, like, if I didn't have shit going on in my life.
Time is a big piece of that.
I would, dude, if I wasn't married with kids right now, I would come home and probably play Elder Scrolls Online. Or Final Fantasy 14.
Dude, I had.
You did Neverwinter. You were a Neverwinter guy.
Oh, yeah, I was big into Neverwinter. I mean, Star Wars Galaxies was the reason why the girl I was dating at the time we split up. Because I played that. I cared way more about the MMO at the time, let me tell you.
I'm telling you, man. Like, and I played ESO, and it's just like, man, there is so much.
You know, and it's crazy that ESO, which has free-to-play elements, there's the plus, you know, a lot of MMOs do that now, but it's crazy that that game has continued to move forward. There's still a base for it. It might not be huge, but
base for it.
Is it? Because,
Yeah,
I mean, that's great. I mean, you know, it's not a world that I necessarily overly care about. It's something I've always kind of thought maybe I would try, because I tried it in beta and PC, and I was like, I don't fucking like this. And they took that to heart and changed it, you know, and I know people love that world, and so it's I gotta know, it's not something you hear come up too often. And the fact that it's supporting like that, that's, you know, kudos.
They've done this like year after year. I mean, this is a game that they have supported
for a
long time.
That's nuts.
Long time.
That is.
And I mean,
nuts.
when I tell you, when they get content, you get content. I mean, Christ, you're getting whole new areas to explore. Complete building on Tamriel even more and more, and it's just like,
God, now I'm thinking about downloading Neverwinter again.
I know you were a Neverwinter guy, man.
Why would you say that out loud in front of me?
Hey, man, you mentioned it this past week when we were talking about Redacted. You were just like, hey, did you ever play Neverwinter? I was like, no. And you're like, oh my God, Neverwinter was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Banter Babble, this channel is great. Keep up the great work. Hey, thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, and keep up being a great person. And seriously, tune in every Wednesday, buddy. And Friday nights, I do the raid stream or a multiplayer stream, whatever we feel like playing. Sometimes it's Call of Duty, sometimes it's Monster Hunter Rise or whatever. And we will continue to try to find a way to get more community nights. Then we got to get more. We got to get a Mario Kart night in soon.
Oh yeah,
it's been a hot minute. We got a new track pack out.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We got to get on that stuff. Plus, hey, maybe Friday night we'll check out Bond. It's available on the expansion thing. You don't have to pay for it. It's just available to you. That's something we're. Hey man, at least for the pause menu, I will watch this a lot more. Hey, Juan, we seriously appreciate that, buddy. Tune in every week. Share your thoughts. If there's and join our Discord. I think it's been popping up here and there. The links are in there. Join the Discord. Get in there. It's a fun community. A lot of guys and girls are just it's
out
wild.
of control.
And we're always keeping people up to date on the latest in pop culture. So, really excited about that. So now here's the one, Tone. The game that I was most excited to learn more about. Redfall. Redfall is like one of those big tentpole franchises or tentpole games. Oh, here we go.
How is Mario Kart comes up and all of a sudden Wolf comes out of the...
Yeah, Wolf just comes
he
out
gets
of
out of the fucking woodworks. God damn it.
He wants to talk his shit.
I'll tell you something, Wolf.
He owns you.
I'll tell you something, Wolf. I've played a lot of Mario Kart over the last year. Things may have changed a little bit.
Oh.
Just throwing it out there.
Oh,
so we'll have to find out sometime.
Okay.
We'll have to find out some, because I believe we both play like the brothers. I think he plays Roy and I play Morton.
Oh,
I think, so.
okay.
Or
What's the track that you love?
Moo Moo Meadows, of course.
Grab a tug.
Grab a teat and get a tug and get a little burst of energy. The best map on that game.
That's incredible.
It is.
All right, Tone. So Redfall.
I'm not scared.
That's the one game that a lot of people have been really excited about. Comes from Arcane Studios. They have Dishonored and Deathloop fame. Very established developer. They've got some great games. They've got a lot of great pedigree. And this is their biggest game in terms of like its level design. It's an open world first person shooter, and you're battling vampires. That piques your. When you say open world shooter, battling vampires.
James Woods of the Crossbow, bro.
Wow, dude. What was that movie? Was it called Vampires?
John Carpenter's
That was a John Carpenter. Yeah, it was John Carpenter's Vampires.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just too bad James Woods is a piece of shit now.
Yeah, I know, but there's your fault.
I think this game looks really, really good, dude.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It's an open world game that has a single player story to it, but there are a lot of elements to it where you can break off from the single player campaign, and there's missions to run and certain environments and different events that'll be different every time you go into it. I like the fact that you jump into it, you pick a character. Each character has different skills, different types of abilities. The weapons range from military style weapons to weapons that are using vampire technology. I didn't even know vampires had their own technology, but it's a co-op game. You can play it single player if you want to, and you can play it how you want to. If you want to go in guns blazing, awesome. If you want to go in stealthily, you can. But it's obviously when you play a game like this, you want to fucking do co-op. You want to play with 4 people, get in there, and have some fun. Look, I wasn't sure about this game when it was first revealed, but, watching this, I love a first-person shooter. I love an open world, especially if there's a lot of world building and a lot of lore and a lot of different things that you can do, different activities. As long as it's not all samey and there's different stuff to do and the combat is good and the diverse weapons and the skills and the abilities, if all that shit is fresh and fun, I'm in, dude. I'm in. And plus, again, I go back to Arcane, and I think Arcane is fucking criminally underrated, and I think it's honestly one of the best developers that Microsoft has under their entire umbrella of developers. Arcane is really fucking good. The Dishonored series is fucking incredible. Deathloop was a lot of fun, even though I still haven't beaten that. That game is a lot to digest and try to figure out. But again, a fun game to play. But Dishonored, in my opinion, is still one of the best IPs from last gen. It is just that good of a series of games. And for them to kind of branch out a little bit, they got the first-person shooting elements, the first-person gameplay, in an open-world setting against vampires. This game looks pretty good, dude. And the fact that you can sit there and have all these different abilities that are, kind of synergy with one another, with all the other characters, and there's different ways to approach missions, either guns blazing or stealthy. There's a lot of different ways to approach things. I love that kind of freedom in an open-world game, and they've shown that. Obviously, Dishonored was an open-world game, but it wasn't. It was open map. It was kind of like Monster Hunter back in the day. It was like Monster Hunter, but big sections. Part of a bigger map. Where this is a much bigger open world. I think this looks really good. I think this was a really good showing. It was the best thing that I saw today. The other stuff is cool, and I'm sure people will love the other stuff. This is the one I really needed to see something from them. because obviously it's been a minute since we've had like a really amazing first party Xbox game. Halo was a disappointment.
Correct.
But like this right here, Arcane, awesome developer. This game looks fun. It looks like it's polished. The gameplay looks great. The story, the world, everything looks promising. May 2nd, this will be dropping on Game Pass, Xbox Series X and S, on PC. I'm in, dude. I think this looks really cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely be wanting to check this out.
So we want to get your thoughts. So overall, I really like the way this developer direct worked. I thought it was really nice, man, because you got to hear from the developers. There were multiple. I mean, this is just gameplay trailers that they released after the fact, but there was like a lot of developer input in each segment when they broke down each game. There was developers talking about what they're doing differently or how they're utilizing the hardware. I thought this was a really nice little video. Like, it was a nice, I think it's like 35, 45 minutes, something like that.
Short, sweet, a lot of content.
You had developers, but a shit ton of gameplay. That's the best part. Like, when you have developers talking over the gameplay,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
chef's
that's what you
kiss.
want. Yep.
You know, because I want to hear from them. Look, I love Phil and, Aaron Greenberg, whatever. I want to hear from the developers. I want to hear from the people working on the game.
Those are the
and
guys.
when they're talking over the gameplay, that's all I want to hear, dude.
I agree.
I don't want to hear from the suits. I want to hear from the people that are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this thing and who are genuinely excited about what they're making. And that's why I talk about this direct, man, because you got to hear from the developers and you got to see an abundance of gameplay. So I think this looks fucking sweet, dude. I'm really excited for this. May 2nd, it'll be available on Game Pass, and we'll definitely be checking that out.
Yep, on a Friday night.
Well, it is a Friday night, isn't it?
Is it? I said on a Friday night.
Yeah. I mean, we'll fucking play it. I don't
even know what day of the week it is.
It's a beaut. It looks good. All right.
Yes.
Moving on to TV, Tone. We've got a pair of shows we need to talk about. Now, obviously, we really, really, really wanted to talk about The Last of Us last week, but things happened, and so now we're able to talk about 2 episodes. Tone, I could just start going fucking. I could just wax poetically about this show.
I know.
I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, man. Look, going into it,
right.
We're always concerned about adaptations, especially being a Halo guy. You were really displeased with the way Paramount handled Halo.
Yeah, and I'm way more, I think, strict when it comes to adaptations and source material than a lot of people.
And you're even more of I think you would agree with this. You're more of a Halo guy than you're a Last of Us guy in terms of the game.
Yeah. Well, just the time, for Christ, the time that I've put into that series,
exactly.
right? But I will also say that. And I've said this prior, is that The Last of Us is some of the best storytelling and best video games I've ever played, like the series in general. And like, I haven't replayed the first one as much as you. I played a little bit late. I didn't play it in 2013. I played it on the PS4 remaster, just to be able to say, okay, I got to sit down and play through this. I know this, and I was just like instantly blown away. Clearly, I love that third person. Cover fire attack, like stealthy, like things like that, like anything that's like that Uncharted or Gears of War kind of style gameplay.
Yeah.
I love that style of gameplay. It's my favorite. But yeah, I mean, Last of Us is a powerhouse. It's a big name. It's one of Sony's in the last 2 cycles, or 3 really at this point, I guess. A big like forefront when it comes to games for them, and. The Last of Us 2, I was one of the few that didn't have all the gripes like everybody else about it or whatever, and enjoyed and played it, and I really, really liked that game. Like, I don't know necessarily that I liked it better than the story in the first one necessarily, because I think everybody typically.
I think the first one just really set a new standard.
I think it did too, and I think what all I want to say about the second one in comparison is that. It kept me invested into it because of the first one. Like, I cared.
Yeah, because you're looking at what happened in the first one.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to make it fluffy and forgetting about it, they tied it together, and it really kind of drove home the point of the decisions and the choices that were made in the first one. That look, there's consequences to everything.
It's very grounded, and not a lot of games do that. Especially like, I mean, it doesn't matter what the game is. I mean, clearly, it's fucking pseudo zombie, right? So how real can it be? But the storytelling in this series is incredible. Now, when we were coming into the series, we finally found out, how it was going to spread.
Yes,
and we talked about that.
The big change.
We talked about that, and honestly, I still feel like I wish there was going to be still some pockets where you'd see spores in a room.
We did see one moment.
Well, was it dust or was it
was
spores?
it dust or spores? I wonder if that
it
was
was a nod. It was a nod.
It was a nod.
Because I caught it too.
Yeah.
I caught it too. You know, just once. I mean, you don't have to wear the mask the entire time, but just once in a while. But I digress. It doesn't affect the series so far, and you know, you've got the people you've got involved. I mean, holy shit!
Yeah,
like,
dude, when you bring in Craig Mazin from Chernobyl,
and we talk Chernobyl all the time. I've got a couple people that are just finally watching
Chernobyl is
because of conversations
dude.
I've had recently.
So good.
Because it is, and you know, we see these guys coming in. We're like, holy shit! And the guy from Chernobyl that did like the costume and the whatever, he's involved in this. That's why the clickers look so fucking good.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, no, so far this series, when I got done watching the first one, I was like, oh, fuck. Like there are parts of that thing where it's almost like word for word.
Dude, I watched the video. There are multiple scenes where it is word for word.
And it's like they've taken like Tess, right? Like
Tess, yep.
Yeah, they expanded on her and gave her some. Now there's people out there mad about that.
I seen the article that you sent to me about how the way she was perceived and how she was portrayed.
To me, I feel like that is fully an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I when they explained some of the things, I was like, okay, yeah, that was different, but I don't think it made her. I didn't think her character was weak. I thought her character was a badass. She was constantly like, yeah, she was captured by Robert, but she was talking shit to Robert. I mean, she wasn't backing down.
She's walking around with a black fucking eye like it's nothing,
yeah.
Getting beat up by a pair of fucking knockaround guys and talking shit to somebody.
She looked pretty badass.
Yeah,
so I didn't really agree with that article.
What the fuck? And not only that, but like towards the end of the second episode, she's a complete badass.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
No, they grew that character. It gave her more, I felt. I thought it was better for her. Like, I don't think the opposite, because honestly, they're trying to say that, oh, made it so Joel was taking point. No, it was actually the opposite, because he kind of looked like a lost puppy for the first couple episodes around her.
Yeah.
And that wasn't like that in the game.
Yeah.
You know, so fuck that. No,
it was a weird article. I mean, I tried to understand
really
their perspective.
Well, everybody out there these days has to be fucking edgy. We get it. Like, oh, Master Chief's helmet's off. This is fucking fun and cool. It's, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, listen, like, sometimes the edgy shit, like, it's for a click. Listen, the series is great. It's written well. It looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The video games are incredible.
Yep.
They're critically acclaimed, and if you're the few people that don't like them, that's fine. You don't have to like them. You don't want to play the second one, and that's fine. You don't have to. You know,
right.
that's fine. You don't like the direction. Okay, no one's gonna force you to do it. Move along, and we'll talk about it later. But I am fully invested. Listen, I'm a sucker for HBO shows because the production's high.
Yep. High
quality, and you know you're going to be getting typically something
top talent involved,
right?
In every facet, and not just direction,
yeah,
acting, everything.
Keep in mind the game creators have a huge hand, and the director in the after whatever the 4 minutes after of episode 2, even talks about how Druckmann's incredible. Like the director that did Chernobyl, that's doing The Last of Us, is giving the video game guy fucking like all this credit about tension creating.
Yeah,
like. That's where we're at now. Like, can we applaud that? So, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching it. If you're apprehensive, at least watch the first episode. If you first episode, yes, is a lot slower. If you're people that don't like slow things, I can see that being an issue for people. It hasn't come up a whole lot, but I know that people don't like slow things. I understand that. There's been people that saying they're worried with the series because it's not going to be overly action and like it was in the video game because. You know, it's not.
Well, I mean, yeah, because the action portion of it was because it's a video.
Right. But like,
I mean, dude, like they handled the museum pretty
they
fucking
handled
well.
that pretty well. So, no, I am. You know, when somebody said last week, they said if you weren't enjoying the show on episode 2, you know, it's a good episode, but wait till 3.
3 is the one that people have been really talking about with Nick Offerman.
So, like, you know, it's Nick Offerman.
A lot of people have this is before even episode 2 aired. A lot of people were talking about the episodes 3 and 4.
Yeah.
4, I think I remember reading that 4 will take place when you actually arrive to Bill's town, whereas 3 will focus on almost entirely Bill's backstory. We get a little bit of it in the game about him and Frank, but like we're gonna get a lot of that in this, and so I am super fucking pumped because again, Nick Offerman. And dude, it's hilarious because when they talked to Craig Melson about it, same thing you've said about funny guys. You bring in a funny guy for a very serious role, and they just adapt to it better.
Harder to make people laugh than it is anything else. You can get anybody to believe anything in acting, but getting people to laugh is the fucking hardest.
Talent.
That is the hardest. You can play other roles, but and that's again we talk about that. We see the Tom Hanks is one of the greatest of all time.
One of the biggest transitions.
Perfect examples.
And then you
of
can even say like Adam Sandler right now,
Bob Odenkirk apparently now, like all these guys, and now you've got somebody like Nick Offerman who's
he's going to play Bill, and I thought Bill was such an interesting character in the game, and he was so cool. And he was, he's kind of a dick, but I mean, like, and when I think about that, I think about the comparisons between him and Nick Offerman. I'm just like, man, Nick's gonna.
He's gonna kill it. It's gonna be perfect.
So really excited about that. So episode 3 is supposed to be like a very deep episode, and now episode 3 sounds like it's gonna be one of those episodes where they're adding to the lore. They're not so much deviating from what's been established.
They're expanding
on it. And Jay Hill mentioned it just a moment ago. The 2 prologues have been great in the first 2 episodes, the beginnings. John Hannah is the scientist explaining cordyceps and how it could survive and move on with global warming. Fucking brilliant opening. We never heard anything about that in the game. And when they explained that, it was just like, Melissa was just like, oh, wow, that's dark. And I was just like, dude, that was fucking cool. And then the prologue of this week's episode, man, that shit, well, we got to see the tendrils for the first time. But then the conversation that the scientist has with the person afterwards,
dude, it was like,
he's like, "What do you recommend we do?"
Yeah, that was incredible.
And she's just like, "Bomb," because like she already knows we're fucked. She already knows we're fucked. And the way she just like pauses and she's like, "Bomb," dude, goosebumps.
Yeah, man.
I was just like, God. She's like, and then she was like, can I just go home to my family?"
Yeah, I want to be with my family. Yeah,
man,
dude.
I'm telling you, those 2, the cold openings have been, and again, that shit we didn't get in the games, but man, does it add some serious context to it.
And it's heavy hitting right now too, like far as popularity, which is
oh my God, dude,
pretty crazy. Yeah, so I digress. I've talked long enough here too. I mean, it's been back and forth, but still.
Before we get into those numbers really quick though, let's talk about that tendrils and spores thing.
Yeah,
because I've had a couple buddies. Moudini mentioned it. He goes, man, I'm bummed about the spores. And I get it. I do get it. The spores were cool in the game, but I understand it from the TV production
It's a really neat concept.
It's a cool concept, but it's also pre-COVID.
We've learned a lot.
And we've seen a lot. How people, in general, react to airborne viruses or things that are spread in masks. And the one point that they made was like, look, in the games, if this thing was airborne, people wouldn't just be wearing masks when spores are present. They'd be wearing masks everywhere in the game. Even Neil Druckmann kind of like conceded, said, kind of a plot hole.
Yeah.
Kind of a plot hole. So now the tendrils thing where everything is like connected, which is interesting. Which
is true science.
It is true science. But sometimes, I think when you look at it like something as simple as spores floating around, I feel like that's true science too. I feel like that's an easier one to buy into. But tendrils, when they're examining that person and the tendrils are coming out of the mouth, I was just like, that's fucking terrifying.
Gross.
That's fucking gross. And then at the end of the second episode, when you see those tendrils, you're just like, okay, that's horrific. So I think so far it works. I don't think them abandoning it. Plus, obviously, you can't have fucking Pedro Pascal wearing a mask the whole episode. You can't have Bella Ramsey in a mask the whole episode trying to talk to each other and stuff like that. Jay Hill says, that kiss. Yeah, man, the kiss of death.
Yeah.
That was a hot kiss. But no, going back to those numbers, episode 2 has surpassed, this was a couple of days ago, so it's probably changed, surpassed 5.7 million viewers.
Seen some of these, yeah, okay.
5.7 million viewers, a 22% increase from the week before. And since then, episode 1, over 18 million views. Dude, everyone's buying fucking HBO Max. Dude, The Last of Us 1 remake saw a 238% increase in sales after the show came out. 238% increase in sales. Can't wait to see the MPDs next month when The Last of Us Part 1 shows up at the top of the list because everyone's buying the fucking game.
Holy shit! I did not know that.
238%
That's
increase
fucking
in sales.
gnarly, though.
And now here's the other thing. This is the other thing that's mind-blowing, man. The pillars of HBO, the 5 pillars of HBO Max. The 5 top things on HBO Max. Number 1, drama, 43%.
Makes sense.
Drama is 43%. Oh, it's 1003 and 1004.
Apparently it's brother. He said his brother.
I dig it. That's his brother. They're one on. I dig that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it. Comedy, 30%. That's the number 2 pillar. Game of Thrones, 9 seasons, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
9 or 8 seasons, whatever it was. Who gives a fuck about the last one? 12%.
That's a pretty big deal.
That's a big number.
A series, yeah.
That's a whole series. That's 12%. The Last of Us, 9%. Everything else, 7%.
After 2 episodes.
After 2 episodes, it has a bigger draw than like 22% of the other genres on HBO Max.
Wow.
This is a monster fucking show. We already, and now I can't confirm. It's a guy I follow on Twitter. He's very, very good. He's always got a lot of inside knowledge. He always says, hey, look, take it with a grain of salt, but there's certain things that he's very confident in. Not only do they have season 2 already guaranteed, they're already talking about 3 and 4. We're going outside. Are we in a fucking Game of Thrones situation now? Hey, Neil, we need The Last of Us Part 3 and The Last of Us Part 4
That's a slippery
right
slope.
now.
There's been rumors that they've casted Abby.
Oh, dude. Is it? Wait. It's not Florence, is it?
No, but there's been rumors that's
That they've
been
already
hinted at,
casted.
that's been
They
hinted
need
at.
to because honestly, man,
God,
Abby
I
will
wish
be
it
a
would be
fucking
Florence.
dude. If they brought Florence Pugh for Abby, I'd lose my fucking
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'll lose my mind.
She's incredible.
Yeah, me and my brother used to play this at about 12 at night. Got so scared. I'm telling you, man, Last of Us is a terrifying game. Terrifying game. But dude,
Yeah,
this has just been a great experience so far. Dude, my wife doesn't like video games at all. She doesn't play anything. And she's already like talking to me. She's like, this show's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the power of storytelling.
And now I wonder because of this, and like I said, because I know 2 people, because of way of some of my actions and talking about this, 2 people watched Chernobyl. I want to know what Chernobyl's numbers have looked like because people are like,
right.
oh, these
Craig
guys
Mazin's worked on this?
Right.
Let's go back and look at Chernobyl.
I wonder.
I wonder if that qualifies under the drama, the 43% bump.
Easily.
Chernobyl.
Easily.
I would love to get everybody's thoughts on this show. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on Spotify after the show, let us know your thoughts on The Last of Us so far. I understand there's certain elements that people are divisive about, and that's fine. And I dig it. I think that's awesome. There's always room for that conversation. But right now, in my opinion, this is one of the best adaptations of a video game I've ever seen in my entire life. Because, dude, they are like on point with some stuff.
They're way on point with it.
What Trick say?
Trick said that it's a sci-fi show based off a video game. Does it really need to be scientifically correct? It doesn't, but I think what
It's got to be
makes
somewhat believable.
I think with a series like this, especially with the powerhouse and the dialogue and the story that you have to rely on, like more character conversations and things like that. Because yeah, it could be just George R. Romero outside of like a city with a bunch of zombie-esque things and just chainsawing them or something. But I think it's just different that they want to rely on that grounded things because even in the games, I felt like, I mean, let's be honest with each other. Like the concept of using fungus as a way to spread some sort of like crazy infectious disease was new and outside the box, and that's part of the reason why I was originally like, oh, this is fucking neat. They're using mushrooms essentially, right? But I think that's again why you have to have that buy-in with this because of the fact they're not using the spores and people know it's a video game and are expecting that to get buy-in for everybody and to make more sense of it.
Yep.
I think the change did have to be a little bit grounded more into that reality because the show comes with so much actual adult real life themes compared to a lot of other things besides a guy that takes his helmet off all the time. So I think, yeah, definitely it's a good point. I definitely see where you're coming from because it doesn't necessarily have to be, but I feel like with this one, it kind of in some ways, I think not really has to be, but I think they just really wanted it to be because it builds that tension more.
No, I agree. JL says, it's a funny thing for me. Don't know the first game story, but watch the second one. So it's great for me to learn the backstory in more depth.
That's a good perspective.
Dude, honestly, man, like so far, what you've seen is not only accurate to the game, but they've added stuff that is not only necessary for TV, but it makes fucking sense. Like, it fits what they're doing with like they're like Troy Baker said it. You know, and I gotta believe Neil Druckmann feels the same way, and even the writers of the game feel the same way. When Troy Baker watched this series, and he did the voice for Joel, he watched this show, and even he, after watching the series, goes, "Man, Pedro is obviously fucking amazing actor. Pedro Pascal is an amazing actor." And even Troy said, "I wish I could go back and do some scenes differently based off what Pedro Pascal did." That's how good this show is. And I mean, they're faithful to the adaptation. What they have added so far isn't something that they take liberties with in the game. It's something they created outside of the game with Neil Druckmann there being a part of it. And they're just creating things outside of that makes sense.
Adds more substance. And to kind of go with what you're saying and with what 10004 is saying, my favorite scene was certainly the museum and seeing the clickers for the first time.
Yeah, museum scene was dope.
Did you watch that 4-minute after thing at all?
I did not watch that yet.
Because you're a scumbag. But
he's not wrong.
They brought in the people that played the clickers.
Yeah.
They weren't actors.
I did see an
They weren't
article.
actors, yeah.
It was the same people that did the clicker voices.
No. The people that played the clickers,
Yeah.
not the voices,
Uh-huh.
that actually were super fans of the video game and had the movement down.
Oh, see, I read an article of the people that did the voices for the clickers in the game.
Well, yeah, but that's an audio track.
Right.
But the people that played the clickers
We're just fans.
were super fans of the game and had the movement down. They brought those. Yeah, exactly. You could have just gave that to somebody who's like, all right, we need you to. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no. This is
Do what
fucking.
they're doing in the
Yeah,
game.
this is Bob and Nancy in fucking Omaha. Love Last of Us, and they're like, oh, you got the movement down with the clickers. All right, you can be clickers. That's fucking neat.
That's fucking sweet.
That's fucking sweet.
The museum scene was dope. I still feel like the whole opening in the first episode, with everything that's going on.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that was
you're
faithful,
right.
and it was emotional.
And
it was really good. So the opening was great, but the museum scene was awesome.
Yeah, I'm really cool. So definitely the museum scene was the best. That's my
But
favorite.
I still am waiting to see how they handle David. David is the one that dude, if they somehow get that final boss battle with David in the burning restaurant,
dude,
into the show.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. If you haven't played the game by now, it's your fucking fault. Dude, as you would say, that's on you.
Oh, come on.
No, dude, like if that is in this show somehow,
it's got to be.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's got to be.
Do you know the movie Scream? I'm excited to watch Scream. Hey, we already talked about Scream 6, and we're very excited about it. I think it looks fucking dope. I like the first dialogue, the first prologue, and the old lady. Dude, that was creepy as fuck. In the first one, in the first episode, when she goes over to the house, and the old lady in the background is going like, you can see her blurred out. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. They like I said, they've done a really good job with this show. It's a great adaptation. The changes that they have made are meaningful and beneficial. And next week, Nick Offerman, Bill, awesome character, and we're gonna get a lot more backstory on Bill and Frank, and I think that's gonna be fucking sweet. So
very excited.
Really excited to check that out on Sunday night. Now, Tone, we now that we missed a week, we have another show to talk about.
Yeah,
one that you and I really enjoyed last season, and now we are here. The Legend of Vox Machina, Season 2. Out. The first 3 episodes are available now on Amazon Prime Video. And, dude,
I don't know. The best way to say about this was just if you don't usually watch animation, whether it be anime, whether it be cartoon, if you don't care about Dungeons and Dragons, if you don't care about medieval shit, none of that matters. Whatever you do or don't like, it doesn't matter. What you need to do is at least watch this series.
Yeah,
it's very entertaining. It's hilarious.
Yep.
The dialogue's fun. It's fun. There's definitely some story going on as well too. I mean, clearly, it's based off D&D, right? You know, there's just so much things that even somebody who might not be invested into whatever it's pulling from that can take away from it and enjoy it. Because at the very basis level, it's fun as fuck.
Yeah,
and it's highly entertaining.
It's entertaining.
The voice work is great.
So good, yeah.
The stuff with Percy last season was really good character development, and I'm sure we're gonna get that here.
Yep.
It's a neat premise that they're doing right now, and this is based off of their campaigns. This is nearly pulled from all their campaign, the 2 campaigns they did, or the one or however it worked. You know, And the good news is, and I don't know that you got that there. I'm kind of looking there. I don't know if you've heard, but there was some news that came out about that as well too. Some rumors kicking around right now.
What's that?
Of the popularity of this and potentially doing like an animation movie, whether that's just on Prime or Cinema or both. That was something I caught a blurb of today. So apparently this is already doing some fun stuff for Prime. And keep in mind, this was a Kickstarter to get this up.
Wild.
So it's doing potentially sounds like so well that people are like, we're gonna need more. And Amazon's saying, well, here's our wallet that doesn't end. Let's get some more out there. So that's what I got to say about this. If you can't tell that I'm excited, 3 episodes already dropped. Yes, it's fucking awesome. I can't wait for more. Fridays they drop. I'm super hyped. It's just like a Wednesday for me when Bad Batch or something drops. So
like, look, man, we like in the last year we've had some great mature animated shows. We've had this. We've had League of Legends Arcane. Even Invincible was fucking awesome. Which we did find out Invincible is coming out in the fall 2023.
Hype.
Invincible season 2.
Hype.
Did you see the reviewed video of that with him?
No.
The voice Seth Rogen, the character he plays.
Yeah.
They're just sitting in a diner.
Yeah.
And they're just doing back and forth. It's fucking hilarious.
I gotta watch it.
But Invincible is coming out late 2023. But once again, dude, this show balances action, humor, and even emotional tones better than most other shows.
Yeah, and it's an animation.
The way that it bounces around so well, but it's made possible thanks to excellent animation, excellent writing, and the voice performances by everybody involved. Ashley Johnson, Laura Bailey. I mean, talent up and down. All over the place.
And these are people these are their characters. They're voicing their fucking Ashley Johnson's character is her character when she played this, in D&D.
Yeah.
I mean, that it's so like that investment is already there, which is great.
Now we do know that the major threat this season is the Chroma Conclave, which I said, but that's just one of the coolest fucking names I've ever heard. In my time.
Brilliant. And Chroma, the reason Chroma just
lay it on me.
Okay, so in D&D, dragons are separated by different types of not only alignment, like good or bad, but also with that comes typically the type they are. And Chroma is for like the evil dragons, like the reds, the blacks, the greens, and things of that nature as well too. So,
and they are led by none other than Lance Reddick.
Lance Reddick,
Thordak is his name.
Yeah, man.
Dude, whenever I hear Lance Reddick's voice,
I told you I knew.
It's like a deeper version of his voice. But once I heard that, he just has that way when he ends his words,
dude.
He's just like. I was like, wait a minute.
He
started talking. I was like, that's
right away.
Lance Reddick,
fucking Lance Reddick. Knew right
Let's
away.
go. But obviously, this is a very formidable group of dragons. Like this is a very serious threat. And after 3 episodes, it's obvious the group is going to be challenged like never before. I mean, not only by dragons, but by the group that they're with right now. I mean, the stakes are high. And dude, the way the 3rd episode ended, it hit me. I was just like, oh, again.
I was like.
Dude, and it's so much more impactful because of the writing. The flashbacks that they show leading up to that, what happens at the end of the throw, I was just like, dude, that's fucking.
But you know what's wild about that? You got to realize the writing.
Yeah,
they played that. This is their campaign.
This is their campaign.
You know what I mean? That's even. Think about that one shot. Think about what Drasson's doing on Mondays. He could animate his shit.
What Dungeon needs to do is animate his shit.
He's got a player who just burnt a fucking island out of nowhere. You know what I mean? What up, Baked?
Hey, Baked Thunder. Hey, no, Baked Thunder, you rock.
Yeah, bro. What's up,
and it
dude?
cuts you off on that thing. I'm gonna fix that damn thing. It said subscribe, and it said eight under.
What's going on out in Cali, bro? Hope you're well. I know there's been a lot of rains out that way.
But man, we appreciate you, Baked, man. Seriously, thank you so much. As always, good to hear from you. Dude, I am fucking all in on this show.
Yeah.
I am all in on this
Everybody
show.
should be watching this.
And dude, yeah, he does. Grog does look like with that beard. I was like, he is straight Kratos.
It's got to be a
It's got to be a nod. It's got to be because dude, he looks like fucking Kratos.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious when he got his beard. I was like, he's fucking Kratos. But dope ass episode. I thought it was really. The first 2 episodes were awesome. Like you said, Friday night. So come out again. I'm gonna be there, locked in, ready to go. See how the crew and dude, I can't remember what's the little man's name. Scallon?
Scallion.
He's fucking hilarious. Man.
He's basically the fucking Tyrion.
Tyrion. Fucking absolutely hilarious. Yeah. Oh, sad. Just tried to order one of your shirts, no shipping. What? Tell you what, Squeaker, I'll take care of that. Send me what you wanted to order and I'll order it, have it sent here, and then I'll hook you up at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Let me know what you need. Let me know what you need.
Follow up with it. We got you.
So hit me up on Facebook. Send me a message. Let me know what you want. I'll order it for you.
We got
you covered.
We got you.
One more thing of a TV show news. I want to talk about this before we get to the meme debate. I haven't watched the whole second season yet. Chucky's coming back for season 3, baby.
Oh, that's right. I did see that.
Chucky has been renewed for season 3. I need to get my shit together and watch the rest of the because honestly, man, I only watched the first 2 episodes and I liked it. I'm not sure why I haven't. Is he rubbing your head?
Yeah,
it's like he's patting your head.
Yeah.
I think. Oh yeah. Hey, see, there we go. He's patting my head.
there you go.
He's like blessing us.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, you're blessed.
Watch the rest of my episodes, asshole.
But no, really excited for this. Glad they got a reboot, renewed for another season. I need to get my shit together and actually watch the rest of the second season. And lastly, TV news, we do know next season of Cobra Kai. Is the final season.
They put out a big thing this week on it.
It was awesome.
All the and like I know there's some people that are back and forth about it. Some people are like, "Oh man, I want more," and other people are like me and like Cuddles and some of us were like, "Don't overstay the welcome." We were worried about this last season, and some people didn't think it was as strong as others. That's fine as well too. I still got a lot of enjoyment. Everybody said I think still got a lot of enjoyment.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I in my opinion, I don't think it was the best season, but I still think it was a really good season.
Right. But like, let's end on a high note.
Yes.
And I think they realize that as well too, and I'm very happy about that because the last season was kind of like a gray area. Like we could or couldn't. Nothing was announced.
The ending was so weird.
And now we can have that finalized. Let's finalize everything.
Close off all the arcs.
Close it off, and then call it a day. And then we can sit here 20 years from now going, man, you remember that time Cobra Kai came out for years and we enjoyed it.
Is this going to be like? What do you think? Is this going to be Kreese in his final like?
I don't know how he's going to play
arc. Because he escaped from prison, didn't he?
I got a feeling, just like everybody in that show, I think he's going to have a redemption.
You think he's going to go? Who's going to be the big baddie?
I think Terry Silver's going to get out of jail. You got money, man.
Oh, you think Silver's going to come back?
Something.
And then Kreese. We'll try to connect with Johnny.
I think Kreese is going to be kind of still like that that neutral evil kind of guy or whatever. Like
anti-hero.
No, definitely not. I mean, yeah, not an anti-hero. You can usually rally behind an anti-hero, but I think at the end of the day,
depending what he does, you might be able to rally behind him.
Who knows? But we thought he was redeeming himself in prison.
He wasn't.
So who really knows at the end of the day? But I think it's good that we've got a plan. We're gonna call it good. So
yeah, no, I'm glad that they're done with season 6. That's it. Wrap it up. Get us a proper ending.
And you know what? Ralph Macchio, William Zebka, and Kreese,
Martin Cove.
All 3 of them are going to be at Horror Hound Weekend in March when I'm meeting Bruce Campbell and John Kassir.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm not invited. That's cool, man.
You were told you could go. You were told you could go if you wanted.
That'd be a really good time. I hope you guys have a great time.
We will.
Yeah, I'll be here.
And I'll be.
What are the dates on that?
March something.
March 4th and 5th. Sorry, you can't go.
No, it's 2 weeks after. 2 weeks after you, pee head.
Okay.
2 weeks
whatever.
after. Can't wait.
All right, Tone.
Yeah.
On to the final subject. But the biggest subject of the night. It is time for yet another. Are you ready for it, Tone? Are you ready for it? Meme debate. We have another meme debate. Okay. Cuddles and Tricky worked on this as well. Put together a nice list. I think
that hard
it's a
work.
very tough one.
Yep.
But at the same time, I don't know how tough it might be. I think it might be a little bit easier. At first, you look at it and you're just like, man. Here's this guy. Here's that girl. That's a tough group. But then you start diving into it.
And you start breaking down.
You start breaking down the roles, their numbers, kill count, all the shit, and then their style. Let's take a look at this week's meme debate. You guys ready? Here we go. Super Spy Battle Royale.
Oh fuck.
We're going trios. We have 4 squads of 3. In is that Rose? Yeah, Rose. Team A. John Wick.
Oh man.
Eggsy from the Kingsman, and Hannah from Hannah, the trained child killer, who is fucking lethal, mind you.
Very lethal.
That's Team A. John Wick, Eggsy, and Hannah.
Team A.
Team B. Jason Bourne. Ooh. He'll kill you with a fucking magazine. Robert McCall from the Equalizer movies. Denzel.
Love those
movies.
And
then Fox from Wanted. Angelina Jolie. That's a group you want to keep an eye on because Jason Bourne will get you out of any situation.
Me and her were married for a few years.
Yeah, we understand.
In the
We
early
understand.
2000s, just wanna
We don't
point
need to
that
get
out.
into that because she'll
Okay.
file another lawsuit.
Okay.
Team C, Brian Mills from Taken 1 and 2. I'm not going to count
Man.
Taken 3.
Man.
Taken 1 and 2. Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible
Oh,
movies.
man.
Big fan. Now we look at Beatrix Kiddo.
Oh, here's one of my favorites
from
on this
Kill
list.
Bill, Uma Thurman.
Oh, my
She kills
God.
a lot of people. A lot of people. And now we go down to Team D. Frank Martin from the Transporter movies. James Bond, Daniel Craig James Bond.
Clearly.
If this was any other James Bond, this group would lose a lot of value. Unless it's Timothy Dalton, because he was a very dark Bond. And then Lorraine,
Gets
Charlize Theron from Atomic Blonde.
I
Blonde.
actually
Now,
enjoyed
let's-
that movie, by the
Now,
way.
before we jump into this, Tone,
Yeah,
we're going to run a poll. So if you're watching and you have an opinion, we're going to have a poll going live here in just a moment. Okay?
Yeah.
But let's look at this, Tone. Now, look.
Take it in a little bit.
You and I talked about this before the show. Who are the two most lethal people, in your opinion? I know you know mine, but I want to know. You're the two, individually speaking, the two most lethal people on this roster.
The most lethal.
If we're talking about solos, not trios.
The most lethal people on this list. Oh, fuck. 2? You only pick 2.
You get to pick 2.
Motherfucker.
Man, we got James Bond and Beatrix Kiddo.
I'm going to say John Wick is 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is really tough.
Second one's
And
really hard.
I'm going with body count. I'm going with Beatrix Kiddo.
Going Beatrix Kiddo.
And that's because of the blood. She spilled a lot.
She doesn't leave. She's
she
not
cleared
stealthy.
out an entire fucking room in like a pagoda. Or
No, Jay Hill. What we're talking about is Battle Royale, is where you have teams of like Fortnite. You have 3. We have 4 teams of 3. Which is the last team standing? Team A, Team B, Team C, or Team D?
And that's tough because like Bourne clearly. I mean, I got to go up against. I mean, man, lethal. I got to go with John Wick and Beatrix Kiddo. That's a tough one. That second one is really tough because
I'm gonna go. John Wick is one of mine.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I'm going to have Jason Bourne as my other one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because Jason Bourne adapts better than most people on this list.
Mm-hmm.
Adapts to everything. He will look at a fucking magazine and be like, I'm going to kill everybody in this room
Pencil.
with that. And John Wick can kill a person with a pencil. Now, look, that doesn't mean anybody else is less lethal.
Didn't Jason Bourne do that too?
He might have killed
In the
somebody
first
with
Jason
pencil.
Bourne, didn't he do that with
He
the pencil?
stabbed him in the finger. He stabbed him in the hand.
Okay,
Stabbed the guy in the
whatever.
hand with the finger.
Either way.
With the pencil. Still lethal with the pencil.
Still.
But, I mean, this is just a really nasty group of killers and spies and assassins.
I just thought of Indy. Get it? The pen. The pen is mightier than the sword. Is that Marcus?
Marcus. It's Marcus, yeah.
Sorry.
Man, okay, so like now here's my thinking, dude.
Yeah.
Now before I get into that, I'm gonna start the poll. Okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna start a poll.
Start a poll.
Now I want everyone to think about this. I want everyone that's watching to be involved in this because you guys get to decide how this is gonna work and how it's gonna play out. But we're gonna say which team comes out or wins it all.
Does that mean I got to log in and also?
You're gonna. I mean, you can. Nobody cares. Team B.
I get. Well, when I vote, I get 7 votes. So if it's like 57%, it's like a 69
You're a
or something.
Scumbag.
Yeah.
We're gonna run this for 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Let's talk it. We can
Right,
talk
poll's
about it.
live. Okay. So the poll is live.
Oh,
Now
people
here's my
jumping,
thing,
fat.
dude.
Look at
Here's
that
my
jump.
thing. Here's my thing.
Ah,
Okay? Here's
69.
my thing.
Here's your thing.
The John Wick Team A. John Wick is a fucking.
He just carries a team.
He carries a team. Now that's the thing. Hannah is fucking nasty too. Hannah is like really nasty. Eggsy from Kingsman. Okay, whatever. That's a nasty group. Team A. Team B. Jason Bourne. Love Jason Bourne as an individual, but stuck with Robert McCall and Fox. I'm not quite sure that group is going to be as dominant as I would like to know.
If this was Fox actually properly based off the graphic novel,
Different story,
and
but
not
we're
the
talking
movie,
about this Fox.
I understand that, but my point is that would make this even crazier.
Oh, really?
Because the graphic novel version of her as an assassin is, because they were piecing out superheroes.
Okay. Now, the reason I'm going to talk about Team C, or actually I'll go to Team D next. You got Frank Martin from Transporter, Daniel Craig, James Bond. He's lethal, man. He's lethal as fuck. And Lorraine from Atomic Blonde, also very lethal. That's a tough group. But dude, when I look at this, and hold on a sec here. I'm trying to get my vote in. Trying to fucking beat everybody. Now Team C. Everyone get in there and vote. You're in the chat. You can click on it and vote. But I look at Team C, and you have Brian Mills from Taken, Liam Neeson. He's got a skill set that is unmatched, and he will find you, and he will kill you. Okay, so he
doesn't care where you
surgical with his kills, and he's prepared for every situation. Ethan Hunt, surgical in a different way. If you go into the chat, you should be able to, it should be at the top of the chat, and you should be able to select vote.
Yeah, and the mobile app, it'll show it right away if you're on a PC or whatever, like on a browser. It's still kind of at the top as well, too. Should be kind of like part of near the banner.
I'm getting my vote in right now because I think y'all are crazy. And then you look at Beatrix Kiddo. All out, just murdering everybody. I think Team C has the most balance. I think Team C has the most brains. And I think Team C is most lethal. Yes, dude, John Wick and Jason Bourne on their own, really nasty. And they can carry their teams. Team A is a close second because John Wick and Hannah together,
dangerous.
That's fucking scary. Scary, but XZ is the weakest link. Team B, Jason Bourne again, carrying Robert McCall and Fox. You know, it's whatevs. But then Team D, I just don't think has anything. I'm not scared of Team D at all.
D's nuts.
Lorraine is the most. I mean, Lorraine and Bond are kind of scary. But like Team C across the board, I just don't know how you're not giving McCall any love. I'm giving him some love, but he's not. He can't carry the team. I don't think he can.
Yeah, I think that we kind of agree on that. We talked briefly about that beforehand. Like, I look at Ethan Hunt already. Like, you know, you look at balance, right? You're the battle royale.
Mm-hmm.
You look at you look at like archetypes, right?
Sure.
I see him being kind of like the support, got gadgets maybe.
Yeah,
he's got
yeah.
He's kind of maybe shadowy kind of things or whatever, stealthy things. You know, you've got Taken. I can't think of his name. McCall. I can't read either. But
Brian Mills.
Brian Mills there. I mean, he's so fucking old school. Like everything. Like he's gonna break your fucking hand by blinking at you.
Yeah.
But you know, and then I go to Beatrix Kiddo. She's got a fucking katana for one.
She kills everybody.
And again, I still think that movie has the still amount of pints of blood shed or blood used in any movie or scene or whatever. I mean, she pieces out an entire fucking room of like martial arts dudes just coming at her.
I just feel like Team C has every situation covered. You have 30 seconds to get your vote, and Team C should be leading this by a lot. But there's a lot of love for Team D. Are we going to end in a three-way tie?
Oh, my God.
Is everyone that indecisive? Team C. It's easy. Team C covers every scenario. Brian Mills can be blunt force trauma and surgical. Ethan Hunt can get in stealthy. They might not even need Beatrix or Brian Mills. And then when all else fails, Beatrix just unleashes the fury.
We may have to revisit this next week.
Man, I think you're right, dude.
I think, yeah.
We'll have to lead off at the top of the show.
All right. Well, there it is.
We had somebody come in. Oh, dude, we have a three-way tie.
Man.
Team A, Team C. See, I knew What? How does that A, C, D, B? Okay, interesting.
I mean, they're all 29%, bro.
Man. Okay, well, I'm glad Team B is out. Team B is. I'm really surprised Team D got that many votes, and by that many, I mean 2. But interesting choices.
It is late.
Plus, the death touch. I'm telling you, man.
There's a fan theory out there that she didn't properly know the death touch and that Bill's still alive. That she faked him out.
Really?
That's an interesting fan theory. There's some. You ever read some of those fan theories on movies and things like that? I get down on that rabbit hole a little bit.
Some of those fan theories can be pretty deep, though, man.
Yeah. Some of them they adapt too, I believe.
Standing strong on Team B, dying on the hill. J Hill, what about Team B gives them the edge, in your opinion? in your opinion, what about Team B gives them the edge, man? I mean, meme debate. Yep, there you get it again, meme debate. But Jason Bourne, Robert McCall, are you a McCall fan or a Fox fan, or is Bourne just that good? Which he is. He is. But what gives
Or
Team B the edge? I need to know.
Are you
this.
so high you're not sure if B and D are the same thing?
He doesn't even know. Trick says John Wick would just kill everybody. You know what?
I mean, I
can't argue with that
I'm
logic.
not going to argue with that either. So
if he pops his ultimate, I mean, who knows?
Tactical, they would just outsmart others.
I'm thinking about a Fortnite battle. Tactical, they would outsmart the others. I do like McCall. He's an equalizer guy. There is a third one coming out. We do know there's a third
I
equalizer.
enjoy those movies personally.
They're good movies. I do like McCall. I just felt like that group just didn't have the synergy necessary to accommodate every situation of Battle Royale.
Right.
Team C has everything covered. Surgical, stealthy, and blunt force trauma. Every scenario is covered. Maybe I'm thinking too deep about it. You're never too think. Hey.
Or maybe you're not. Take another hit and think some more.
Take a couple more hits and get real deep with your thinking.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, just do it.
Give me different objectives. I can't, man, because Battle Royale, it's just, you can't. It's just, you just adapt.
Yeah, they're fighting each other. Think of like paintball, but with killing.
They're trying to be the last squad standing, going across the map.
Yeah.
They're trying to be the last squad. That's your objective.
That's the unique thing to think about, too. Keep in mind, most of these guys use either martial arts and guns. Beatrix uses swords and martial arts. I don't know if she really ever uses guns. That adds an interesting element.
Close quarter combat.
And you got
what part of the map are you? Are you close quarters or are you out in the open?
And again, Ethan Hunt, like I said, he's like your espionage, so you're thinking about like gadgets and shit.
But maybe Ethan Hunt is also setting it up to where he draws in the enemies to close quarters, where he knows
he's got the team in his ear too. That's not cheating.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. That's why I feel like Team C is best to adapt to every situation.
Liam Neeson's got a lightsaber.
He can. If he wants to, he can break out the lightsaber if things get really out of hand.
Are their fort building skills even good?
We're playing the no build. We're playing no build Fortnite in this. No build battle.
Prime no likey.
Well, maybe we'll have to have a further discussion about this. Maybe we ran the meme debate too big. Maybe people were just too fucking.
Let's what we'll do next week. We'll do just the top three. Let's do that.
Yep. Team B is out.
Team B's out, and we'll talk about it next week. We'll lead early on with that one.
I like that. It's like a tournament style battle royale. This team's
we'll see how it goes.
Down to the final.
There
three.
we go.
We'll lead off with it. We want to get you guys now. Fucking think about it though. Okay, telling you right now, the real answer is Team C. But since y'all want to fucking make it intense, drag it out. We'll do one more week.
And that's perfectly fine.
But Team C's the answer, damn it.
Yes, Team C.
It's not even close if you think about it, y'all.
No, close does start with C.
And how long you been sitting on that one, dude?
We're good 2 minutes at least.
2 minutes? Yeah, okay. Well. All right, Tone.
Yes.
That's it for tonight's show.
That is it for the night show.
We're going to wrap it up.
We will.
That's it.
That's it.
But, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget. We put out a trailer. We put out an ad this week. We are just over a month away from the return of the Midland Mall Comic-Con.
We'll play it next week.
We'll run it next week. I'm going to actually have a Be Right Back screen. I'm actually working on that right now. Clips from my previous shows.
Perfect. See?
Got the ad.
This guy.
We got some good stuff. I'm working on stuff for y'all's entertainment so Tone can go pee and we can run a Be Right Back screen.
That's right.
It's going to be pretty hot.
Crank it out.
Tone, that's what he thinks about the top three. Pissing on it. Man, Jay Hill's feeling edgy tonight. So edgy. But, March 4th and 5th. The Midland Mall, the return of the Midland Mall Comic-Con with dinosaurs. We have a shit ton of people coming to this thing. It's going to be a big show.
There's a lot of stuff, and we're
and it just got better because Squeaker announced this week that she's going to be
She's going to be there. Our head judge will be there for the cosplay contest, so which is a perfect segue because guess what? First of all, we want to thank you guys for being here again tonight. After last week, having to move it to this week, having a lot of content, a lot of things to talk about. We appreciate you all as always. Continue to please do what you do, which is like, sub, follow, share with people you know, whatever it might be. Hey, if some of you guys out there enjoy this, some of your first times here, tell a friend, tell a cousin, tell whoever.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah. Tell it on the mountain. Whatever you got to do. We appreciate that. That word of mouth is big to us and for us. So we thank you so much for that. Yes, but very excited for the Midland Mall Comic-Con. We got 7 Dungeons is going to be there as well too, running D&D stuff behind us, not too far behind the stage actually as well too. I'm pretty sure it sounds like half-ass booth review is going to be running around getting some footage of us footage of 7D, but also hitting up the vendors, talking to them a little bit, and talking about their products and getting some content as well too out there. So once again, trying to just kind of string in and bring some great stuff
Also
in here.
working real hard on that cosplay.
We do have some.
We're working on.
We're working on something as well too.
I'm working all the angles, guys.
Working all the angles, which means
while Squeakers is out there judging.
Yeah.
Trying to put together a booth.
We're trying to do something.
We're trying to get together a booth for that play-by-play.
Yes, we're working on it.
We're working on it.
So
can't wait.
We'll definitely have vendors and guests and people on it as well too. So if you're not able to come out clearly live, please watch the stream. We'll have camera one down. You'll be able to see people in the cosplay. We're gonna get you there. You're gonna feel like you're there. It's gonna be fun as well too. But some great things. I know 7 Dungeons has been working on 3D printing some dice towers for giveaways. They've got some great giveaways, so make sure if you're there, get down there, get in his giveaway as well too. If you're able to play, they got signups. They started early in their Discord, but there will be some spots as well day one. We're gonna have some giveaways and stuff as well going as well too. We're gonna give away some swag like we did last year.
Yep.
One for each day. We have confirmed that, and I know if he might be Sleepy Boy out there, but the one and only Crash will be our booth babe. He's gonna be our booth babe. He's gonna be hanging around when he can most of the time to talk with anybody that comes by the booth or I guess the table, right? And talk about who we are, because we had a lot of people come up and we're busy streaming. It's hard to say anything. He's gonna be that guy for us. We appreciate him. He's here all the time. He's been a big supporter for a while now, so we really appreciate his insight on things, and then he'll be involved. It sounds like he's gonna be cosplayed. I'm trying to make sure he cosplays as Prince at least one day.
Dude, I want to get
too.
Squeaker and him together for a Prince review. Oh my god,
yeah, that'd be phenomenal. So we'll have some giveaways as well too. So make sure if you are there, come say hi. We'll do the best to be able to acknowledge and take breaks here and there as well to talk to people because it's packed. But again, thank you for all you do. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you. Just keep help spreading that word.
Yeah, keep sharing stuff
for us. So
it helps us out immensely. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, scroll up, go to that review, and just hit 5 stars. If you dig it, hit that 5 stars. If you're not going to give us 5 stars, let me know why. Let us know why. And we want to get better. That's the only way we can continue to grow is if we hear back from you, get your thoughts, get your feedback. And if you really love the show, write a review on iTunes. There's a couple on there already, and they're so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You can write in there, put your name. Hey, these guys are awesome. Brent's sexy. Tone's kind of a goofball. That's what, that gets people to come watch the show. You know what I'm saying? That's what people love. 6 flags, more fun. Boom, baby. But seriously, thank you all so much. We really appreciate the support. I'll be live again Friday night for the Friday night stream. Could be Call of Duty, could be Monster Hunter, might be 007 GoldenEye. Who knows? We have a lot of options. But we'll be live Friday night drinking, playing games. Looking forward to that. And then next Wednesday, we'll be back with another episode of Banter Babble. What are we fucking talking about next week?
That fucking meme debate.
We got meme debate to lead off with. That's a tough one. Is there any movies we should watch? Is there anything coming out this week? Is there anything we're supposed to watch? Should we watch Everything Everywhere All at Once finally and talk about that? I know you've seen it. Maybe I should watch it.
I'd watch it again.
I almost bought Megan this week.
Just wait. We're going to get that direct
But I'm
stuff,
waiting
man.
for that unrated cut.
We'll find something to watch. Netflix probably has something dropping on Friday.
You People with Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's funny. Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Drops on
that's
Friday.
There we go.
People. There you go. You People. We'll be watching that on Friday, and we'll watch that this weekend. We'll watch that for next week. What about the show Kaleidoscope? Kaleidoscope? Oh, I haven't even heard of Kaleidoscope. That's a new one to me. I'll also talk about Dead Space. We'll jump into that. That's like a retelling of Guess Who? I'm lost. I'm going to wrap it up. That's going to do it for tonight's stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in, being a part of the conversation. We will see you next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Twitch. Good night, everybody.